Hello, everyone. How are y'all? I'm so fucking sorry. I was having a fuck ton of technical difficulties, girl, and I apologize. Okay? I apologize. Girl. Ugh. I know y'all bitches are done with me. I apologize. I apologize. I apologize, honey. But we are here, honey. We're queer and we're trying to be every fucking where. So please be sure to like, comment, subscribe, and share because we all know the sharing is caring, honey, okay? And to go a step further, hit the notification bell. That way, that ass will be updated each and every time I'm uploading something new, girl. Okay? Yes, God, honey. Welcome to the year-end review, child. I normally do this at the end of every year. Honey, we got to get into some things. We're going to talk about some things from the beginning of the year up until now, bitch. We're going to get into some of my favorite moments, some of your favorite moments from my platform from this year, child. Yes, God, honey. I was going to make a compilation. Oh, my God. This fucking fan, girl. Fucking up my shit, you fucking bitch. Hold on 1 second. A word from our sponsor.
Starna made the beat.
Yes, God, honey, as you can see, the Kitty Box Podcast Season 2 will be coming January 2nd, honey. Okay? Yes. Make sure you guys are updated on Season 1, which is available on all streaming platforms, child. I got mine on Spotify. Hello, God. Make sure you guys get yours. Yes, Season 2 is coming, bitch. I want to cleanse. I got to cleanse, child. Yes, and make sure you're following on Instagram at the Kitty Box Podcast, so you're updated. We get into some things, child. So make sure you guys are getting into it. Okay, we get into things, the real things that are things that are things. Okay, child. Yes, honey, we got a lot of things to get into. Let's get into the chat real quick. Ooh, y'all were here. Child, y'all was here before me. Okay, what's up, Kat? Hello, in the end. Hello. Yes, Miss Ebby, Jace, Naeem, how are you? Yes, IMD, hey, Shed Pearl, Nate, how you doing? Yes, Cams, what's the T? Scotty, what's up? Yeah, we're also going to get into some tarot as well. Nothing long. We're going to be talking about, might use one or two cards to describe what the future holds for you if you want to come up on the screen, but I'll be doing that a little bit later. Just want to cleanse the energy, child. Yes. So let's start this off real quick. I want you guys to get in the chat, and for those of you that have been watching the platform this year, I want you to put in like what video was like one of your favorites or what moment from that video was your favorite, and I'll try my best to screen share that particular part of the video. I can't do it all because they'll get the girl copyrighting my own shit kind of vibe. You know what I'm saying? But let's get into that. So you guys dig deep in your thoughts and your laughing ability, child. What really turned it for you this year with YB Entertainment TV, honey? Okay, hello, God. Now I want to just have this general conversation about this year. Let's get into it. So, and you know what? I'm gonna do this. Hello, God. I'm gonna put my Cash App and stuff down as well. Let's get into some things. So let's get into it, honey, okay? So the beginning of the year was trash. Let's just be honest here about that. Like, there was a lot of things happening. We were in limbo on a lot of shit. We were in limbo on a lot of shit, okay? Miss Rona continued to reap her ugly head. Girl, please. On top of that, just like the whole world was like falling down. It was like Humpty Dumpty, bitch. Okay, like all the king's horses, all the king's men could, for the life of them, not put this shit back together again. Okay, we all experienced a lot of loss. I think we all at one moment or another this year know someone or someone of someone that lost somebody, child. Um, I've already talked to y'all about this numerous of times. I've become extremely numb to all of that bullshit. Okay. Like when shit happens, it's just like, okay, girl, what else is going to happen? Okay. We become so, heartache and pain have become so normalized in the human experience these, past what, 20 years, but more recently, shit has been devastating the last like 5 to 10. And it's just like, girl, we ask ourselves, what the fuck possibly else could happen? You know what I mean? And I don't think the human experience should be normalized with all of the negative shit, because what it does is it creates a depressing ass fucking generation of kids. And that's what we're seeing now. We're seeing a lot of kids that are emotionally unstable. We're seeing a lot of kids that suffer from a lot of mental illness, a lot of other types of disabilities as well. And I truly believe that is because of the stress that is put on the human experience, girl. Let's be honest here. We've already talked about transgenerational trauma, where, traumas that, can transfer through the generations, girl, through your DNA. So imagine a generation that is completely stressed the fuck out, bitch. Imagine a generation that is completely just gone through the shit falls of life, girl, and it does something to the human body and externally and definitely internally. So that shit ends up seeping off into the other generations, girl. You know what I mean? A hot mess. Let's get into something real quick. Hold on. I apologize. But yeah, girl, like this year has been full of all of that. But it hasn't been for naught. I want to say that this year has provided a wonderful leg up for content creators, girl, because while the world was shut down, bitches had nothing else to do but to browse the social media streets. And a lot of success was made here. On these YouTube platforms and these, other social media platforms as well. And I guess they do say, girl, within tragedy, there can also be triumph. And I think this year gave a lot of life to a lot of content creators, including myself. And again, in the words of Mariah, girl, I will be eternally grateful. Okay. Yes, God. This year also shed a lot of light on what was going on in the world, as far as global warming and climate change. I know a lot of y'all bitches like, child, whatever, girl, it's important. Hello, God. And I really feel like having that realistic point of view changes the direction for humanity. And hopefully it's for the better. Hopefully we finally wake up. I did see that Joe Biden and his crinkly face ass girl has approved, a nice piece of change to, really start looking at the effects of climate change and doing everything that we can to reverse it if possible, so that we can save the goddamn, future, girl. Hello, God. So that was important. I do believe that the other thing that's important is, we got the governments to admit that UFO sightings and possible alien interaction, extraterrestrials, and in contact with them has more than likely, been possible. So I love that we're pulling back the veil of all the things that we thought creeped in the night, girl. Bedtime stories to make your ass, stay in your motherfucking room, bitch. But girl, they're real. I think it's time that we break the foundation of this so-called reality, because there's more to it than just this, than the things that we see with our own eyes. You know what I'm saying? That was great. Now, Naeem says, dragging the baby, the most recent Just Lauren review, the car conversation about the neighbor kid coming in your house. Oh, honey, you know what? I have to play that video because Conscious TV read Flame and Row for Filth, bitch. That was probably one of my definite favorite moments, girl. That was a really good moment. The dragging, girl. Girl, the baby was read for filth, girl. For filth. Let me see something. Where is that video? Mm-mm-mm. Child. Let me see something. Creative genius. Now, welcome. Here, honey. Getting into her. Go with your intuition.
DC would have been relevant today.
I don't think that was it.
I feel like we're in the age of stamp.
That wasn't it. I don't think that was it. This was it.
Now I'm going to talk to you about the Google Pixel, this magic eraser.
Climate change is no joke. It was literally 40 degrees on Wednesday, then 85. I'm telling you, like, it's happening, girl. It's happening. Be prepared, girl. I wish y'all could hear the stories that can't make it to the internet. YB is literally an Emmy-winning show with it. Thank you, Kat. Child, I'm a hot mess, honey. I had to give it to myself. I'm a hot fucking mess, girl. You sound like Jocelyn. You every desire will be fulfilled. It will be filled. Okay, yes. I'm telling y'all, be prepared, y'all. Be prepared. Let me. Oh, this thing is probably just playing. Hold on. You know what, Nathan?
Gay. Cunty is in our nature, which is gonna be cunts. On that ass.
Gang. Okay, get on together, child.
I'm gonna be honest, I don't have too much to say.
Hold on. Okay. I think I found it. Hold on. Let me see. Because this shit was fucking hilarious. Hilarious. Hilarious, bitch.
Plain goes fashion, okay? Miss High and Mighty Tiffany Haddish check cashing above the fray is down here frolicking with little old YouTubers, okay? How mighty are the Mighty Falls from the Breakfast Club?
Hold on 1 second. Do that. Remember last episode? Try to do that again.
Miss Monroe, okay? Ooh. I found a comment to be there, but just to dial back a little bit, okay? What's good for the goose is good for the gander. When she did the interview, she literally said, I know I'm going to piss them off, and I don't. Am I here?
Yeah,
right
you're good.
Yeah, don't put nothing on top of it. That's that bitch bitch sitting at home with that botched titty casting bitchcraft on me right now. Okay, she's trying to appeal to the spirits, honey. Okay, but I'm pushing through, Miss Monroe. Okay, I found the comment to be very, but just to dial back a little bit. Okay, what's good for the goose is good for the gander. When she did the interview, she literally said, "I know I'm going to piss them off, and I don't care. They know I don't care. So don't care. Like."
Yeah.
Don't care about what our thoughts and opinions are, girl. You knew you was going to say coonery, tap dancery, bussy energy like things, and tap dance hardcore for these people. Now, my personal opinion, Miss Monroe, is I think you're just really mad because you're built like used tricycle parts, okay? You want more jump. You have more jump. Okay?
Oh my God! Wait! Oh, girl.
Okay.
Girl. Oh, she is serving, putting a spell on you, putting a curse on your motherfucking ass tonight, honey.
Okay.
Flame has more junk. Flame has more junk stuff in her than Sanford and Son. I just want her to be over. Over it, Miss Ma'am. Just get over it. Because, like my fellow panelist said, okay, the elderly thing to do, and you are old enough.
Honey, that thing took me out. That was probably one of the greatest reads of this year for me that sent me over the goddamn edge. Let's get into it, honey. Yes, you are. When you were talking about how you plan to cut up in Dallas, I was living. Unfortunately, I won't be able to go. My God. I saw a video on Anchorage, Alaska, and how climate change is going to increase its economic value and attract residents. And that's true, but what ends up happening is we already see a heavy decline in animal activity because of climate change. A lot of these animals will be going extinct. A lot of these animals will be losing their shit. Very few of them will be eligible for what is called adaptation. And that takes a long time. And unfortunately, it gets to the point where most of these species are driven to extinction, and we won't see them probably replicate, if they can, for years and years and years to come. Probably not even within our own lifetime. So when you increase human activity, you also add to, climate change, the decline of, the climate. So I don't think that it would be a good thing for people to just start flocking to places because climate change may be, making a place a little bit more tolerable. Because let's be honest here, I believe Alaska gets sunlight 3 months or 4 months out of the year, some shit like that. So of course nobody wants to live there. But if climate change reaps its ugly head and it makes it a little bit more palatable for people, increased human activities not really going to do anything but make it worse. So I really hope that people think about that as well. Shorts, where y'all at? It's snowing here. Oh, I'm in Florida, so yeah, it's hot as fuck down here, child. In the words of Trina, I'm in the city where the weather's the same. Okay. Yes. Yeah. I'm not coming just because I'm just not, I got a lot of other things going on, and the trip just doesn't really seem conducive to what I have going on right now. We're doomed. Even if we migrate to safer areas, we're just going to end up fucking that up too. It's the truth, though. I mean, where humans dwell, history shows that where humans dwell, we always fuck up that area. I always watch a lot of documentaries on nature and animals, and to see evidence that our activity is crushing their environments. I don't think people realize that nature and humanity are supposed to live in harmony. We help each other. So if we obliterate all of their habitats, what they do for us that keeps us safe, that actually keeps us breathing clean air, that gives us, water, that gives us all the things that we need naturally will be taken away, then what will be left? But something tells me that pharmaceutical companies, governments don't really care about that because their nature provides the cure for all things while humans provide only the treatments. Amen. So for all we know, they love that shit. They love the idea of us losing all of the natural resources because we'll become solely dependent on whatever it is that they fabricate in their laboratories. Okay. Yes. But I had a lot of fun this year too when it came to the round table. I really enjoyed that season. Season 4 is coming back. Yes, God, honey. I will be announcing the lineup of new guests that we'll be having for the season. I'll be creating a new intro and all of those things probably for the new year. I may throw a little surprise out there real quick, honey, yes, God. Like I mentioned before, we have the Kitty Box coming for season 2. Get into that. What else happened this year? I don't know. Like, do I have a favorite moment? I cussed out a lot of people this year. I actually enjoyed your Lovers and Friends reviews and interview with Dennis. I really enjoyed that interview too. I really enjoyed that interview. I'm sorry, I just could not see it for fucking Lionel, honey. He's so fucking boring. He is so grotesque. He is so like Sanford and Son. Like he's bah, bah, bah. Like, no, girl, like no. His bald spot was more entertaining than he was. Jesus. And that's a good thing too. Like one thing I did love about this year, I saw a lot of growth in people that I've come across. Like Markel, I definitely got to give him his props. I've watched that man grow ever since I was introduced to season 1 of Chasing Dallas. And to see, like, to bear witness to growth of people that I've actually, done panels with and have created relationships with, it's really cute. That's another one, Kat. Another big moment on my channel was just recently. I did that live with Markel and Reese and everybody else that came up on the panel. And, that was legendary over here. That was probably my highest video this year. I think that thing is still climbing. I think I'm close to like 3,000 views so far. And that's another thing I want to talk about. The growth of my channel this year has been pretty good. It's, I always believe in slow and steady wins the race. People will find you when they're ready for you because I know that I'm not everyone's cup of tea. Someone commented recently that I enjoy you a lot. It's just the cussing for me. And I have to tell people that I'm raw and uncut, baby. I speak my mind, and that may come with a couple of motherfucks this and motherfuck that, motherfuck here, motherfuck there, motherfuck everywhere. Because old McDonald had a motherfuck on his motherfucking farm, bitch. You know what I'm saying? So my mouth is my mouth. I tell you all the time, I'm crazy as fuck. There's 3 people that dwell within my mind. So there's no telling what you're going to get when, YB decides to talk his shit. You know what I'm saying? And I'm grateful for that too, Jeff. Like there were times where y'all noticed through the year and even last year, I took a lot of breaks because like, I don't think people understand. And this is no disrespect to the viewers because you guys are definitely appreciated, but being a creator is a lot. Being on social media and definitely trying to push it in certain directions, it can be a lot sometimes, and it just makes you want to give up. But instead of giving up, I decided to take breaks and rest. And because I'm not going to get on here being boring. Nobody likes a boring bitch, period. If I can't give you guys the YB that you're used to, I'm not going to give you the YB at all. That's how I look at it. But I feel like I've been very consistent this year, other than some of the breaks that I did take. And I appreciate y'all for rocking out with me. Y'all didn't give up on me. If anything, the channel has grown. There's a lot more people coming into the building. I think I'm almost at 1,300 subscribers. Collectively, I'm almost at 150,000 views, channel wide, bitch. Okay, hello, God. For some, those may be small feats, but for me, it's everything. And I tell people all the time, I stopped worrying so much about the numbers when I realized about the weight of my impact in this community. You know what I mean? I do look at my analytics and I see that the most people that view me actually search me. They're not subscribed to my channel. So I'm not fretting on that. Now, would I appreciate more, more? Hell yeah. Hell definitely yes. Especially with YouTube and how monetization works, I really don't get paid for this at all. I just enjoy coming up here, girl, speaking my thoughts, my perspectives on things, having a laugh, and making shit shake. Hello, God. Hello. Yes. Period. And I pride myself in just being me. Being everything y'all have seen is me, girl. It's not fakery, fuckery, nor fraudulence. I don't believe in that. I really don't. I had some good interview moments too. I really enjoyed my interview with Robert, Carrie D, and Lyndon. They're always a good interview. I really enjoyed my interview with Ariel. That was really good. Really good. Really good. I also have an announcement to make. I know y'all gonna be like, girl, what the hell? The recent Markel moment was big for the LGBT web culture. Yes, and I appreciate that. I appreciate that because that's really what I be trying to push, girl. Unity in the community. Will we have some shady moments? Hell yeah, bitch. Will we have to cuss a horror or two out over here at the platform? Hell yeah, bitch, because that's what comes with the territory sometimes. Okay. But ultimately, I care about people's well-being. I care about, what's happening in the community. I care about what's happening with the girls. Okay. Cams, what's up? Any conversation video was a treat this year. You held the Dallas cast accountable. That's how I've always wrote. I'm sorry, I can love you, but I can judge you at the same time, girl. Not just judge you, but just like break down your filth, break down the shit that you're serving. If you are serving that, you know what I'm saying? And I think that's a good thing about trying to get to know people outside of, just their role as a cast member on the show, is you kind of get to see the real version of them. So when I do give a review, I can go a little more in depth into what I feel like you were trying to serve. Hopefully that makes sense. Yes, it's hard. I'm learning that now. Yeah, Jeff, it's something else. Thank you, Miss Evie. How are you? Thank you, Naeem. I really do appreciate that. The Queen Supreme. Okay. Yes. What's up, Markel? How you doing, baby? Thank you so much. I appreciate that. And I have more to come. I have more thoughts. I'm going to be starting a Patreon. We're going to be moving Pleasure Points. Season 2 will be going to the Patreon. I'm going to be moving the tarot card reading over to the Patreon. And I just want to let this be known, like I'm starting to learn my value. Again, I don't do this for money, but if I can potentially turn this into a business like most YouTubers have, why not? Why not? Barbara Walters ain't out here doing shit for free. You know what I mean? So I'm not going to be overzealous or, crazy, because I feel like, I'm working towards something, but I do feel like I have to. People are always telling me of my value, like how great you are for the community. Like you should be at the top tier and, getting some coins for, the hard work that you put in. So I'm starting to see that now. So hopefully you guys will continue to support me over on Patreon when I get that all set up and squared away. And when that happens, I'll definitely put all the links up and, advertise and let y'all know what's the tea. And we'll probably do more, in-depth conversation because Patreon doesn't judge you like YouTube does. You can pretty much do whatever the fuck you want to do over on Patreon. So we'll be able to really get into some things over there. Okay. I've scratched the podcast idea. I'm good. That'll probably come way later on down the road. I don't feel like I had the following for that right now. So I'm just going to wait. Yes, God. Girl, I thought I heard something, girl. You always stay true to who you are, and the growth proves that you're going in the right direction. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. And that's why we love you. Oh, thank you, boo. We can't forget that legendary 4-hour live reading. We're good now. We're all we're good now. Me and the Hot Boys of Houston, we are good. Me and Todd are good now. But yes, that was definitely a moment. That was definitely a moment. I want to address this real quick, Jeff. And to any other YouTubers or people that are thinking about becoming content creators, and even to the people that watch me that are in this realm, I think it's important to always stay true to yourself, because people become influenced a lot, especially nowadays, and they end up going down roads less traveled, amen, thinking that they're going to reap a bigger reward later. And that may be true, but you have to be careful. If you're transparent, if you're honest, if you're always who you are, no one will be able to spray you with your tea. No one will be able to blackmail you. No one will be able to hold anything over your head, girl. Like, being honest, and you don't have to tell the girls all your business. I'm not saying that, but that's why I always tell people, keep things for yourself. Everything is not for public consumption, because then people feel like they own a piece of you. You know what I mean? They end up driving your channel instead of you driving your channel. We see a lot of times, even in this is very true for the beef sector. Their subscribers run their platforms. They pick and choose what direction that creator goes in. And as much as I love all of you, the reason you flock to me is because I do what I want to do, and I do it very fucking well, right? You know what I'm saying? I come when I want to come. And when I do come, you are left here, bellies fucking empty, bitch, because you done laughed so goddamn much, your insides have came out of your ass, bitch, okay? You have been throwing up, girl. You have been enjoying yourself. It's no stress over here. We're not out here, sometimes we have to read a bitch, but that's not what the channel's about. You get a lot of different things. That's what I love about my platform. I'm full of variety. I have everything for everyone. Yes. So be yourself. When people ask me, oh, be yourself. I get that question a lot. I get those kinds of, statements a lot, like, oh, you're just yourself. You have to be yourself, girl. Because people that are not idiots will be able to see through your fakery, fuckery, and fraudulence. And you can't get mad, bitch, when they finally figure out who you really are. You know what I mean? Yes, honey. So just be yourself, because everyone else is taken. Hello. Yes. We can't forget that legend. Oh, we already said that. The in-depth with Reese was good. I really enjoyed that interview too. I do plan on bringing my in-depth interviews back in the new year. We're going to definitely be getting more into some things. I'm going to be trying to get more people on. I'm actually working on something with a set of in-depth interviews. I don't want to say nothing because nothing has been confirmed, but I have some people in mind that I think will be, that you all will definitely love. Yes, God. Hopefully I can get them, because I want to elevate that. I don't want to just be in the LGBT, web series space when it comes to that stuff. Like, I really want to shake the table of life, but I also have to earn it. I have a lot of work to do. You know what I mean? I'm not blind to that fact. Not breaking down the filth. Okay, hello, God. You already know, Scotty. Any conversation with, about, to, from, or for Chasing Reality was great. Minus who doesn't know how to speak English. Child, leave my man alone. Child. Leave my man alone, MVN. He does not deserve that. I look forward to your Tika Naturals relaunch in 2022. Yes, guys, I'm definitely going to be working really hard on that. I don't have any announcements to make about that as of right now, because I want to live in the world of tangible. I do a lot of things over here, and I think that's where the bipolar and the depression kind of kicks in, is I can get a little overzealous sometimes. Like, you've seen it a lot this year. I can't lie. Again, being transparent. Hello, God. There's been times where I've overpromised something, and I want to deliver. Hello, God. So this year coming up is definitely going to be about the tangible and actually doing instead of just saying, if you catch my drift. So Tika Naturals is going to be going in a whole nother direction. You're going to see a lot of different things. Hashtag consistency is all I can really say. So make sure you guys want to look out for that. I will be bringing you updates as I complete my tasks at hand. Okay? Yes. Hello, God. I enjoyed the car conversation, especially when I'm getting ready in the morning. It is an easy listen. Thank you so much. And they're not too long. Like I'm glad because there was a time where I wasn't going live for a long time. I believe it was like right before the summer, I believe it was, I think. And I was just like, how can I still give? Because I got used to be going live all the time. Y'all remember almost every other morning we would sit up here, child, and talk all kinds of shit. Okay. And then I just got burnt the fuck out. And I was like, I still have to give the people something. And also it's a way for me to vent. Because y'all know I be venting, honey. Okay. I get all the shit off my shoulders, bitch. Okay. I sure do. And it's crazy how it all turned out. There's people just like, we are here for this. And I just thought y'all would be like, girl, this bitch, all she does is complain. Because I'm not going to lie, that's what got me over like Justin J. But I thought about it. Like I kept, early on when I did car conversations, I felt like I was doing his version of the Black V-neck. And I don't like videos that are just based on cussing motherfuckers out or just ranting and raving. But I guess the way I do it is obviously different, and people were living for that shit. So I was like, let me just continue doing it. So everybody that supports the car conversations, I really appreciate it, honey, because, girl, it's definitely been a very therapeutic tool for me. What's up, Todd? How you doing? Very legendary. It's all love. Yes, baby, it's all love. And that's another thing I want to talk about, like freeing myself of being so trapped in my feelings about things and people and situations and just holding on to grudges. And girl, like if you want to move forward in life, like you have to release a lot of shit. Now, there's other people, hello God, that don't get that grace, and I don't give a fuck. I'm a stubborn ass bitch. It is what it is. They have to really come and kiss the ring, girl, in order for me to even consider any goddamn thing with them. But nonetheless, I wish everyone well. I just y'all caught me at a moment, girl, where I'm still going through some things that I have not spoke about publicly, and I have this fucked up way of overreacting sometimes. I have this fucked up way, girl, of carrying a lot longer than I should, so I definitely can man up and say that, I've definitely went a little extreme when it really didn't need, require, or desire that. So, I wish everyone well. Todd, I do look forward to seeing what's happening with season 2 and what's going on with Hollywood, child. So I saw the previous, child. I'm here for it. I don't know. Was it T News Blog that posted something and was like, I guess someone called August old? I forget, child. But I was like, old? Girl, now y'all trying to read the dolls like me, honey, because this is experience, honey. Okay? There's experience. Okay? That's the problem with the young gays, child. Y'all think y'all have the best things since sliced bread. No fucking ma'am. Girl, please. Some of y'all hoes don't even know how to suck any dick. Yes. What a child. MVN, that's exactly what I was talking about, MVN. Okay? You would be here for the Patreon. Thank you. But how do you know what to protect about yourself and what to share with the people? That's what I'm struggling with now. You know what I do is I'm paranoid anyway, just period. And I take inventory of what's too much. Does that make sense? You have to find out what you value so much that you don't want it to interfere with the life that you have in social media. And it depends on what your platform is about. Because there's a lot of content creators that we don't know a lot about them personally, because that's not what their platform is about. If you're here to give the news, if you're here to talk about celebrity gossip and things of that nature, most of those YouTubers and creators, you don't really know much about them like that. But my platform, I can't be the server of truth and justice and not peel back my own motherfucking layers. You know what I'm saying? So it works for me. You know what I mean? Because I think I give you just enough to know me, but not enough to be all up in my business. Does that make sense? Hopefully that makes sense. It's just about what you value, you know, because you have to, girl, I think it was Mariah Carey that said this a long time ago. If it was her or somebody else, like, I can't give you all of me because at the end of the day, what do I have left for myself? She's a singer. She's going to give you the music, and that's about, and a little bit of her personal life, and that's really about it. Oh, yeah, when she did MTV Cribs, she never showed us her bedroom. I think that's what it was. We didn't get a chance to see her bedroom because she was like, I have to keep something for me. I can't let you all in my life. And I think like the bigger people get, like I said earlier, I feel like the followers, the fans, the supporters, I feel like they feel like they're owed that. You can't be owed anything if I don't give you that access, if that makes sense. If I create that boundary with you, you'll never expect that from me. You know what I mean? Subs can give input feedback, but ultimately you dictate where the channel goes. You're the captain of the ship. Amen. Amen. Facts. A lot of unnecessary negativity in the space, and it's just for views. And that's what kills me too. What's up, nephew? How you doing? Jace, everyone needs a hobby, and that dude is my pet project. Ciao. You encouraged me to get back into shape, and I'm almost at my goal weight. Thank you for being on the journey with me. Aw, thank you. That's, you know, I've dealt with bats of, you know, when you're bipolar, you obviously suffer from depression, and then when you suffer from depression, you go to thinking about all of your insecurities. And although I've always had a high level of confidence, and I think that's a message here too, the people that exude high levels of confidence are the people that have had to suffer and deal with the lowest parts of themselves. You know, we suffer from a lot of insecurity moments. And for me, it's always been my weight. I've been up and down with my weight for years since I was a little boy. If it wasn't for my growth spurt at 17, girl, please, like I really thought I was going to be an Elmer Fudd looking bitch for the rest of my life. But thank God I got tall, because girl, it would have been a roly-poly James and the Giant Peach kind of situation, and no one has time for that, girl. So I was just always in it. And then again, bipolar depression, it makes you feel so low that you don't want to do shit. But the thing about it is, though, it's so funny that the things that are good for you, the reason it's harder to like stick with it is because you constantly have these demons or these old patterns that are trying to bring you down again, girl. Like misery loves company. And I found that working out, you unlock this like mental state that carries you through. Go because I want to look good and I want to be healthy, but I'm also going because like it is one hell of a goddamn stress reliever. I'm not gonna lie, y'all, like I'm gonna be so transparent right now. I thought I was good with the whole breakup situation. But bitch, when I tell you I am the most furious bitch on the planet right now, it feels like, girl, the past couple weeks, like I haven't slept. I haven't done a lot of things because my mind keeps going on certain shit. And I was on a warpath and still low-key am. And bitch, when I tell you I'm so infuriated. Y'all can't really see, but deep down inside, there's a fire burning in my motherfucking soul, bitch. And a part of me, working out in the gym is helping me with that. Let me just put it that way. Let me just say that. There you go, Jeff. How do you keep certain things to yourself? That's how you do it. The working out has definitely helped me channel a lot of shit. It's a time to think. It's a time for yourself. And I feel like the weight loss, the looking good just comes with that. So if that can help me become like fully balanced, bitch, I'm good. Okay? I'm totally good. Yes. But I appreciate that, MV, and I'm glad. And I've heard that from several people. And it's, it's amazing to hear. But just like Dorothy and the Wizard of Oz, you've always had the power, my dear. What's up, Mark Chung? You're so awesome, YB. Thank you so much. Jeff, be clear about what type of content creator you want to be and conscious of the fact that these people love your brand, not you. Protect yourself, share yourself through your brand, and set limits. Why you drinking the pineapple juice, the apple juice like that? It's not apple juice. It's lemonade, nigga. Country time lemonade. Because I ain't feel like getting no glass. Okay. I love country time. Child. I'll tell y'all that story later. Okay. Your laugh means everything to me. Oh, thank you. Child, I'm sorry. I'll be laughing, girl. I love to laugh. I love to laugh, honey. Okay. I love to laugh. Make sure you guys are following me on Instagram because I post the craziest stories sometimes. Like, I be having so much fun with that shit. Yes. Todd Rogers says, thank you. I had faith in both of us coming around, and I wish you the best on all your big moves in the new year. Thank you so much. Same to you, boo. I really do. Thank you. Thank you, Kat. I'm going to write that down. That's amazing advice. Okay. Just screenshot it, Jeff. It makes sense. Okay. I guess I'm making the right choices. Then it's a hard line to walk, though. I always thought you were short. I'm 6'1". Shed Pearl, I'm 6'1". I take pride in that, baby, because like I said, I thought I was going to be a short motherfucker for the foreseeable future. Jeff, if there aren't time, quit, huh, girl? Jeff, if there aren't, not easy at all, and always showing up can tax your mental health. You can't pour from an empty cup. Amen. Amen. Just know what you want to do, child, and have a clear direction. I'm actually going to be working on something else, child. Like, y'all are going to be, oh my God, like, I don't want to share with y'all. I'm actually going to be doing a Where Are They Now? Remember when I first started on YouTube, for those that have been following me that long? A lot of things have happened, girl, with Brandon and John Tavian, child, Darius and Dalvo, honey. Those are some of my best videos, girl. When I first started on YouTube, girl, I was getting views, girl. Yes. They've been doing a lot of things in their life, and I've been low-key keeping up with certain things here. So I think it's time to revisit some of those moments, and I want to give some commentary on that stuff. You know what I mean? Just want to cleanse again, girl, because the spirits definitely want to. Yes, it takes you back, Jeff. Yes, God, honey. Okay. Yes. Thank y'all for the Cash App. I appreciate it. Yes, ma'am. Thank y'all so much. But yeah, girl, this year has been crazy. I love it. Do I have any regrets is the question. Like I said earlier, the only thing I really regret is like jumping the gun on certain situations that didn't need, require, or desire that kind of fucking energy. Announcement time, everybody. So let me get my cigarette, child. So I did a lot of thinking, right? What's up, TTB? How you doing? Happy holidays, fellow lamb, honey. Hello, God. So I did a lot of thinking recently. I truly believe that. Okay, let me cut the bullshit. I'm not leaving web series. I'm not leaving. Okay. I know y'all like, bitch, make up your motherfucking mind, girl. Bitch, make. This is why. I became so invested in every aspect of these shows to the point where it was sending the fuck out of me. So I feel like if I can do the job of just being the reviewer and the interviewer, you know, I do my interviews and shit like that too, but just solely talking about, but then again, it's difficult when you think about it because these shows have a tendency of breaking the fourth wall. I have no fucking choice but to talk about the things that we see. So I feel like that's what makes it difficult to say, oh, only review the show itself. But if it's in the show, I have no choice but to speak on it, right? So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to do my best to remove the feelings that I have for it. Because that's what was draining the life force out of me. Okay? But I thought about it. I'm not going to lie. Again, transparent moment. First of all, this is where I got my start. I'm not even going to lie. This is what I'm most recognized for on my platform. Having conversations, my reviews on the LGBT web series, more specifically Chasing Reality, because I really don't, you know, do all the shows like that. And that's another thing I'm going to announce too. I'm going to be extending. I know I said it before that I wasn't going to do that, but I'm going to be extending. If I want to be a pillar of this community, as I say that I want to, I need to give everyone a chance. How can I give you a chance? How can, you know what I'm saying? How can I be this thing if I'm not giving everyone an opportunity? So I will be expanding my palette and getting in. But now I'm going to do this. How I'm going to do this is I will watch the first 3 episodes of an LGBT web series. If you do not captivate me, hallelujah, bitch. In the first 3 episodes, I will not review your show. Period. And I'm going to watch the show first before I announce that I'll be reviewing it, if that makes sense. So I definitely want to give everyone an opportunity. I definitely want to continue to be, you know, the pillar of the community, girl. And stop being so judgmental. I have to work on that. I really do have to work on that in my personal life too, because bitches be like, girl, like, you don't like shit. I'm sorry, girl. I'm very particular. Blame it on my Capricorn nature. We're just very picky, you know, very picky. And we don't like wasting time. So I'm definitely going to extend, you know, to more web series platforms and get into the things. And plus, one of these days, I would like to probably create my own web series. So how can I would want people to support me on any level and I'm not willing, you know what I'm saying? So I'm going to do better. I'm going to hashtag do better. Okay. And yeah, people hit me up in the DMs, please, and let me know like what LGBT web series that you like and that you would like me to, you know, watch and potentially review. Yes, God. I definitely want to become that. And as I move forward, I would like to be more LGBT content creating based, if that makes any fucking sense. Like, I definitely feel like there isn't a lot of us out here. You know, web series wise, yes, but when it comes to creators that give life and that assist in the building blocks with web series. There's not a lot of us out here like that. So I think it's very important that I continue on the path that I've been on and continue to serve truth and justice and continue to support these brands and help and assist to get these kids out here, honey. I'm going to give it at least one last try, Scotty. I'm giving it at least this one last try because, like, if I can just remove a lot of the other shit, like, I feel like it could be a good ride. You know? Definitely, I really feel like it could be a good ride. I'll give them a look. I'll definitely give them a look. Slay TV. I'll give them a look. I love the shit we do for love. I really do. That second season was, girl, but it was entertaining. I can't lie. That crazy bitch, what's his name, child? What's his name? The one who was wearing that broken glass dress at the reunion, child, and while they were sitting in hospital chairs in a waiting room, girl, for the reunion. What was his name? Noel. That was his name. Noel. Child, please. And that's the thing too. Like, I be reading for filth, girl, and it's amazing that people even enjoy it because, like, I just be cutting down, and I have to learn to, like, I don't know. I can't change too much of myself when it comes to that aspect because, girl, please, if I feel it, I'm gonna say it. You feel me? Shit. Rookies looks like it's going to be good. Are you possibly going to review it? Yes, I'll probably review the show. I really enjoy Markel, and I trust his creativity, and I'm definitely going to give it a cute 1, 2. Yes, God. And Rookies does seem like it's going to be cute. I'm here for it. Little young queen's child serving truth and justice through the streets of Dallas. Only thing I got to say about Dallas is, what is the tea with the fashions, girl? Like, girl. And I'm not talking shit. Look at me. Here we go again. I'm just saying, no, Dallas, girl. What's the tea with the girl? What's the tea with the fashions in Dallas, girl? Like, even Atlanta has moments, too, where I'm just like, girl, aren't y'all supposed to be the fashion mecca of the South? Like, oof. I just get anyway. Rookies. How do you feel about Imani leaving? All good things must eventually come to an end. I feel like she ran her course. I do feel like how can I put this without sounding like a bitch? I felt as if Imani was, girl. I feel like Imani. If Imani just would have been the I feel like Imani. I feel like Imani now knows what not to do moving forward. I feel like Imani. Oh, not Jeff, not a stunt queen. I mean, other than the things that I feel, because I feel like personal things got involved too much. Obviously, I feel like the timing of her leaving coincides with Reese's leaving. So it does make anybody wonder, like, girl, you are obviously leaving because your friend that brought you on, but also what you served, that placement wasn't needed, required, nor desired. If you did interviews with the cast, maybe if y'all did after shows, virtual after shows, reunion hosting, if we just would have stuck to those moments. And I think too, like, I think people overplayed their hand with Imani. Like, you get so excited about someone to the point where they become so saturated. Let's just be honest here, where you're just like, okay, you're no longer wowed by it. We were wowed by it in season 2 of Dallas, and then the blossoming of Imani throughout different web series and the notoriety and the interviews, and you became a real pillar of the community. But I just feel like, girl, the time is up, and I'm okay without it, if that makes any sense. We've noticed obvious biases throughout the past year, especially that bullshit that went down with Chasing LA, and we all saw right through that bullshit. I think that also, made her lose a little bit of credibility. I wish, Eric Dillard the best. I wish, the character of Imani Van Zant the best. And hopefully, this ain't the end of the road for her. You know what I mean? But I do like some of the things that she represented. You got to force the kids to see themselves. But in that same vein, you also have to put the mirror up on yourself. And I think a lot of times, you get called to the carpet, you don't expect that. You don't know how to deal with that. And Imani's or Eric Dillard's best way of dealing with certain stuff is just being silent. And I don't think that message comes across well for the audience, because it's like, oh, well, you can get in everybody else's business and judge people and peel back their layers. But what about you? You have obvious things about you that need to be talked about. Hello, God. So that's just really how I feel. I know that was long as fuck, but that's pretty much how I feel about Imani Van Zant. After shows interviews would have been a great value. Yeah, it definitely would have been a better look, because we wouldn't have seen that much of you, but enough of you to want to see you around, if that makes any sense. Thank you so much, Nathan, for the Cash App. I appreciate it. And somebody else sent me a Cash App. I don't know who you are. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Yes, God. The Uncle Imani joke sends me, but all the best to her and her fans. Okay, yeah. Definitely. And you know what, too? Like, I felt like there was Imani also showed the kids, girl, I've been here for a season and a half, basically, and I was able to monetize a lot of my shit. So I hope the girls paid attention. I hope the girls pay attention. She showed you how to get that money, okay? She shows you how to get that money, because a lot of the girls, let's be honest here, are struggling, girl. Hello, God. And Imani came, saw, and conquered, and showed and created something that everyone felt like they needed, to the point where she was able to turn it into a business and monetize that business. So, child, she made that money, girl. I have one question. Are any fan holders out there? How long is that? Is that fan still lasting, girl? I just want to know. Because they said she was charging what, $25, $30 for a fan, girl. I want to know, is the fan still sturdy, girl? Can you still be calm? Can you still? Can you still? I want to know, what's the quality like, girl? YB, I'm waiting on your web series production, please and thank you. Aw. You know what I would call my production company? Hello God Productions. Or no, obviously YB Entertainment. She did, however, it was from a character. So is that fair? Did I miss something? What do you mean, TTB? She did, however, it was from a character. So is that fair? Am I missing something? Please tell me. Talking about Imani. What's the overall question? Because you know I talk a million miles a minute, child. Yeah, Imani is a character. But I feel like the character that you chose to be inspired by was the original Ayana Fixing Lives. So I feel like when you take on that type of persona or character act or whatever you want to call it, I truly believe that you got to go into it wholeheartedly. People expect a lot from you when it comes to that space. So if you're going to be the community therapist or psychiatrist or shit fixer, you need to be able to weather the storms yourself because you are now a public figure. You're inserting yourselves in people's situations. So I truly believe that it's up to you to also do the work yourself on self. And how you carry yourself. You're an older queen in the community. You have influence now, obviously. So you have to be mindful in what you do. And I feel like what happened with the whole thing with Q, I believe that was the straw that broke the camel's back, so to speak, for a lot of people. And it was for me too. How dare you? How dare you? This is a family situation. This is an organization where all of you guys are putting in. Your names are on not LA, not a Dallas, not an Atlanta. Chasing reality as a whole. You know what I mean? I dropped a link for anybody who wants to come up here and join me for a couple of minutes. We're going to be doing some tarot. I'm going to pull a card or two for people out of my new deck. Oh my God. Lex, I want to say thank you. Damn, what was that man's name? Damn, I lost that card, Lex. Oh, I wanted to shout him out. Well, shout out to Lex, who got me a wonderful, had one of her friends that are a supporter of the platform donate a new tarot deck to me. Hello, God. The Crow Tarot, honey. Hello, God. What's his name, Lex? I'm so sorry. I wanted to shout him out and say thank you so much for loving the channel and loving on me. I really appreciate it. Yes, God. Isn't that crazy? I shout your name and here you go. Hallelujah. It's meant to be, honey. Okay, get into it. What I'm saying is it was a little easier for her to turn a prophet because she is playing a character with a fun catchphrase like become. The regular cast aren't playing a character. That's true, but I get it, but these girls actually do this shit. And the fact that people, I'm going to be honest here, I've heard rumors that people don't really support them. That's probably why we never really see cast members promoting a lot of their brands on the shows because there's not a lot of support in the community for their product. So this was from David. Shout out to David. Thank you so much for the card deck. I really do appreciate it. I enjoy these cards a lot. I've not played around, but I've, been using them here and there to, test out and to see what's tea. I need a tarot deck. Let me tell y'all this real quick. If y'all know of a tarot deck that has the explanations on the back of the cards versus me having to read a book. Now, I noticed with this one, it has it with the major arcana, but not the numbered cards. So I would just like a complete deck, child, if something like that exists, okay? But yeah, shout out to David. I really do appreciate the hookup with the tarot cards, honey. I got to find that card, and I'll do it the right way because I want to definitely, say thank you. Tarot cards are not cheap, okay? Hello, God. You know what I mean? But going back to TTB's thing real quick, I just feel like cast members should be yielding the most fruit, especially the ones who are pushing products. And I think the way that Imani, even if you don't take the likeness of it, you can take how she applied the decisions to do certain stuff. Some of these other girls have catchphrases. Like, okay, Reese G, for instance, the girls are girling. Why are we getting the shirt after the season? That should have been something that should have been before the season, during the season, and after the season. You would have made some money. You know what I'm saying? Like, come on now. Even with Carrie D and Lyndon, like, I really feel like the music thing, we get it way after the fact, and I don't even think that music is even available yet. So now that the season is over, it's crumbled from the Castle Girl, Hello God, Humpty Dumpty, and all of those bitches cannot pick that bitch up again. You lose the momentum. So I think Imani did it perfectly. Her strategy, I think, is what I feel like the girls should have absorbed. Let me put it that way. Does that make more sense now? Learn from how she presented the product. Learn from how she fucking marketed and promoted everything. That's why she became what she became. You know what I mean? Yes, God. Shed Pearl. What's up, Cams? YB, I knew I liked you for a reason. A fellow Capricorn. Amen. Hallelujah. We are the Shiznai. Their come up or what they're chasing is what they're selling and their reason for being on these shows. Amen. Reese put a saying on a shirt every season. I think she had the laziest brand of them all. Ooh, girl. What's up, Scotty? How you doing?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm good. What's going on?
Nothing. I'm just sitting here looking at your live and stuff and just hearing you talk about how well you've blossomed and grown over the last year. And it's amazing.
Yes, thank you. Thank you so much. You too, girl. Child, yes. We
I'm
all
proud of
have.
you. Yeah,
We
we,
all
we
have.
have. Though. We have.
We really have.
Most
We,
definitely we have. Like it's been if my eyes is low, that means I've been drinking. But but yeah, it's been a good year for every single last one of us in the Justice League. It's been a good year.
yeah. I'm ready to see what the new year brings because child, I really feel like this year is gonna yield a lot of fruit for us. I really do. I really do.
I think it is too. I think that we have a lot individually to show that we haven't shown yet. And the sky's the limit for everybody, to be honest. It is.
Amen.
It is. Damn. Sometimes leave put the damn phone on the charge. It keeps going off. But yeah, that's yeah, that's basically the thing. Like you have but for you on my end, you have grown a whole lot over the last year and stuff like that. Like you decided to take your channel into a different direction and it's worked out. And a lot of the times when people decide to take their platforms to a whole nother level, or to a whole nother what word direction, sometimes
Hmm.
it doesn't work. But the only reason why it works for you because you knew exactly what you want to do. Sometimes people just want to say, "Well, I'm going to take my channel into another direction," and they don't know what the hell they want to do. They just want to do something. Like they don't
Right.
really think about it or nothing like that. Because I knew last year that I wanted to take my channel into another direction. COVID forced me to take it to another direction. To be honest, I couldn't because there was no more reality shows for me to talk about at that time. So I had to talk about something else, and then it worked, and it's been
Right.
working. So
I always tell people you got to have a clear sense of who you are, and I feel like if you know who you are, then you don't have to worry about where your channel's going to go
hmm
because it'll just kind of like it's like a symbiotic relationship. Like once you know the direction and what you want to do, it'll reflect in the content that you produce.
exactly,
And if you got a good, following and people that just stick with you no matter what, because you got some people that are fickle. That's why I feel bad for the beef sector girls who decide that they want to do other things because now all of your supporters aren't going to fuck with you because you're not starting mess and shit anymore. You know what I mean?
yeah, that is so true. And then on top of that, there are people from that particular sector, like I've said before, that and you know for yourself, they have actually wanted me to come on their platforms or wanted me to work with them, and I feel bad after the fact, but it's like I have to look out for myself, and I'll be like, no, I respectfully decline. I don't want to be associated with that. You know what I
Right.
mean? It wouldn't be a good look for me to be involving myself with people that are involved with that. Not me trying to look down on anybody because that's not what I'm doing. But because if that's what you do, that's what you do. But I ain't into that. You know what I mean? Like that's not what I'm into at all. So it's and on top of that, I may not even be what that particular audience wants to see. I'm way too level headed for that. I can't do
Hello.
that. I
You
can't
know
do
what kills me too is like, why would a beef sector person want someone like ourselves on their platform? Is like-minded or within my realm. I don't ever try to go too far outside of what it is that I do, because even my followers would be like, "Girl, that doesn't make any fucking sense. Why would you align yourself in this situation?" What's up, Kat?
Hey.
Why would you align yourself in this situation knowing that that's not what your brand is or what your platform represents?
Yeah, I think the more that my platform has grown, the more I am very particular about who I want to work with and who I want in my space because
Mm-hmm.
I don't want everybody to be in my space because there are people that I just cannot have in my space. It's me protecting my peace. Like that's just what it is. Like I said in one of my videos I did today, like when I'm on TTV, I don't come up there to be arguing and doing all that other shit. I'm up there to have a conversation and have fun. I don't want to be up there arguing with nobody because it's not even on brand for me. And I'm very much so um conscious how I look too. Because I don't want to go up there and be looking like I'm all about the drama, I'm all about the bullshit, and don't nobody want to fuck with me and all that other stuff. You know what I mean? Because like when you're growing, people are looking at you, people are watching you, and it's you never know who's looking at you. Because a lot of these big ass YouTubers that we think don't know who we are, they know exactly who we are. They may not say nothing, but they know who we are.
Yeah, they do. That's true.
So.
And they steal from us.
Yikes. Yikes. But
That's true, Tito. These bigger content creators, they know what the fuck they be doing because they want to see what's trending and what's the new shit, or like what these young boys got going on. And they'll steal.
Mhm.
I've seen it on many heavy platforms where I've seen, again, can we call, I guess in the vein of Reese and Markel, if someone is inspired by what you got going, I guess we can't really call that stealing.
nope.
Okay.
And no, the reason why I'm drawing a line clear in the sand with that is because, and I love them both, and they know that. But Reese had an idea. What you're talking about is somebody actually putting forth content, somebody seeing that content, and then,
Yeah.
imitating content. So that is stealing. But yeah, I feel what Scotty was talking about. That's why, and you know this to be a fact, I was not somebody who was down with collaborations, and still. No shade to anybody. I'm not gonna put no names out there, but you have come to me with some people, and I have looked at you like,
Yeah.
I just don't. I don't trust people like that, and that's because like I was a YouTuber before I was a YouTube content creator. Like I watched YouTube and I saw people come together and collaborate, and in 6 months it was a video. Why I don't fuck with this person no more, and it's just like I don't want that.
Yeah, that's true.
I don't want that energy in my life. I don't want to go down a path with somebody who I have a genuine deep connection with, and it goes to shit behind fucking content on YouTube.
Right.
I don't want to risk that, especially if I'm building meaningful friendships with people. Like I don't want to fuck that up.
What are some of the things that y'all are looking forward to for the new year? Any things that you guys are going to be, doing new, or anything, any ideas that you guys have for your own platforms?
Oh, for sure. For starters, the Kitty Box is coming to YouTube, so we're still going to be on all streaming platforms, but it's also going to stream on YouTube as well. And it's because we waited too long to make the announcement, so I got to make it here. We're adding somebody to the group, so it's going to be YB myself and Jace Ambition of Ambitious Cuisines. So he's going to be our third permanent co-host, and we're really excited to have him. And what people don't even understand, and we said this in the first episode, he's always been a part of the Kitty Box. He's just kind of been in the background, giving us ideas and kind of chiming in when we were building the episode. But I was just like, you're always a part of the conversation anyway, you know. So if you don't mind being on camera, and mind being on the podcast, come on and join us. And with that, I also have my album coming out. The second part, I already released Enigma. So the second album is coming out in February. So get ready for that. The first single is coming out next month throughout the whole, you know, rollout of the podcast. And then the album is coming out in February. And then I'm just getting back into like things that I used to love. Like I was watching Family Reunion, Love and Hip Hop Edition, and I was like, there was a time where I was completely over these bitches, but I'm thoroughly entertained again. To the point where I'm talk to y'all about it again. And I'm watching Salt Lake City, and I'm about to get into Selling Tampa and Real Housewives of Miami. Like I'm just gonna start trying things that I was steering clear of. Because I need more content, honestly. And two, I'm over the monotony of what I'm doing. I want something new. And you can't get new results if you're not doing new shit. So, content. And I'm putting it out there because I want to be more accountable. But also, like I was telling Jason in the comments, you have to be gentle with yourself. Showing up is not easy. I mean, yeah, the three of us are all relaxed right now. But even now, we've put on our Scotty by Nature, our cat, our YB armor to sit here in front of this camera, like, and it takes a lot sometimes. Sometimes you're not feeling your best. I've seen your post, Scotty, sometimes where you can't even get out of bed. We've all been there, three of us. And sometimes I remember going through a deep depression before I moved in this apartment where I was so depressed, all I would do was get up, do my reviews, and get back in the bed. I would edit, post from the bed because I was so depressed. So I'm learning to just be gentle with myself. But stay disciplined because you don't want a couple days to turn into 3 weeks and then it turns into 2 months and then like you haven't put out content in so long and then when you do put out content, don't nobody remember you or fuck with you because it's been so. So you don't want. You have to stay consistent, you know, but also be gentle with yourself. Sure.
Okay.
On my end, I'm coming up with different things that I want to do. Like I'm still gonna do my reviews and stuff like that. But there's other like panel shows that I'm thinking about doing. Like of course, Boys Night Out will still be a thing, and then the Whether You Like It or Not panel will still be a thing. It would just be doing another.
Hold on, girl. We ain't gonna skate by this. Who got that Grindr app on, girl?
I don't have
Baby, this is Snapchat. This is Snapchat.
Oh, girl, I was about to say, girl, what's the tea, girl? I was about to say, what's tea?
And I'm smart. Let me just share some
girl.
I don't have Grindr, but I do have Jack. But you don't turn on your notifications. You never know where you're gonna be. You never know if the little switch is up or down. Like, just don't even turn on notifications. Check it. Check it.
Scotty ain't got that plunge neck on for no reason, child. Stop it, I say, honey.
I be posting thirst traps. If you watch his stories, his body was glistening with the water from the shower, bitch. I said, this is coming season though.
You know what, Scotty? I don't know if you remember this, and I hate to put you on Front Street like this, but I don't know if it was this year. You did a video, and in that video, it was one of your Yes for the Messes. I forget which one it was. And if you and when I was paying, I don't know. Now that you said it was Snapchat, it sounded similar to that. I was like, "Child, let me find out, Scotty," because during the video, I kept hearing the noise, and I was like, "Child." Is anybody else gonna recognize how that Grindr is going off in the background in this man's video?
You always think somebody's on one of those hookup sites because I remember we were watching Lovers and Friends, and you was like, one of them is on Grindr, and I'm like, girl, you
Lon D.
You had zoomed in, you did a screenshot and you zoomed in. You was like, look, and I'm like. Lord, like
Londi, I remember that they was at the mixer with that ghetto child surfboarding on everybody's dick's child, and Londi was in the background because all the girls was fighting over trade. Hello God, and Londi was cuddled in the back on his phone, and I zoomed in and I saw that he was on Jack or Grindr, girl. Shout out to Londi.
It only would have picked up people in the room though.
I have never
You
been
did?
on Jack, and I have never been on Grinder. Never been on
Really?
either one of those. Never
Even
been
if you're,
on.
let me tell you from somebody who doesn't do what it's for, even if you're not gonna hook up, it's an experience worth having. Like just to say you've done it, you know. I don't hook up with none of them people. And the cycle typically goes like a guy likes you, he talks to you for a couple of days, and once he figures out you're not gonna put out, he just moves on and you just move on to talking to somebody else. It's something great to fill the time. If you're bored, you can hold conversation for hours. But yeah,
I just want to know what's up with the dick, child. That's all I be wanting to know.
see, he uses it for what it's for. I don't. Yeah.
What's the tea? Drop them draws, honey. You be hitting me up. Yeah. Okay.
I feel like if we were opposites,
the
like
dick?
if I was the top and he was the bottom or opposites, we wouldn't get along because he would probably be like, "What the fuck you on this app for?" Then he's one of those. Like, what the fuck you here for if you're not gonna put out?
Pretty much, yeah. That's
Let me just say this to So Jill, because he just said he tired of the gays acting like they don't be on apps. I'm not acting like nothing. I really don't be on those apps. I've never been on those apps, and that's not me saying that to make myself feel above. I've just never been on them. What's the big
Yeah.
deal?
Some people just don't do it.
Yeah, like I've never felt the need to do it. Like
Yeah.
most of my friends have been on Grinder and Jack. I've just never been the type to do it. Like
Yeah. Like I've never had a grinder account. I've had Jacked over and over and over again, but I've never had grinder. I just thought those were white guys. I honestly did. I was just like, grinder to me is like Adam for Adam. It's just like black people don't belong on there. Like I've never known black people to use grinder. It was BGC before the apps came out, and then it was Jacked forever.
what's up, Jace?
Hey, newbie.
Hey,
Hey, how you doing?
hey, Scotty. Hey, Kat. Hey, YB.
What's
Like,
up?
Oh, you just made the announcement, bitch.
I was like, this is my type of shit. Like, this is the
Okay, but before you get into the conversation, we just made the announcement. How do you feel?
I'm really excited, and I just want to say this. Even though Scotty, you and I don't really know each other, we've been on a live, I think, a time or two with each other. But I'm so proud of the three of you, and I'm so excited to see what is going to come forth next year. All of your channels are growing. You all put out excellent content. I watch all three of you, and yeah, I'm just really proud to say that I know you three, and you guys are actually worth the work.
Yeah.
Bitch,
Thank you so
You're not gonna
much.
slide by.
to say
You are not gonna
we
slide
sitting
by
here.
without yourself some flowers, ho, bitch. You are one of the top fucking shit, not only in Texas, but that I know, ho. Like you are like it. We literally, me and YB sit up and talk about how much of an honor it is to know you. Like not just because of what you do, but because of who you are. Like once we get to know you and just talk, like we have talked for hours, and just getting to know you, like we just love you more and more and more. So yeah, it's mutual. It's definitely mutual for sure.
Amen.
I feel like a fourth wheel child.
But Scotty, I want to get to know you more as well. So I'm gonna look you up on Instagram and all that.
I'm such a boring
But I
person
already
to
watch
know.
your
Like,
stuff, you know.
He said he boring, but then go over to his channel and look at his views, and then you be the judge.
Right.
So y'all want to do something real quick?
Yeah, what?
I'm gonna pull one card for each of you.
Hold on.
Lord, okay.
Let me comment really quick on what y'all were talking about.
Okay, go ahead, do your thing.
Grinder shit. And I didn't tell you two this, but I actually have a date tomorrow. Not a sexual date. For somebody from fucking Grinder. And look, we were just conversing on the app, and he was like, hey, I want to take you out. And he said, I want to take you out on Monday because he knew I was going to be busy this weekend. And I said, okay, cool. So I have a date tomorrow from Grinder. Non-sexual. Non-sexual.
Oh, bitch.
Okay.
All right, go ahead with your.
I really want. Okay,
but that just
we want the minutiae before we film. You know, we still have the rest of the season to film. So before we start filming, give us the minutiae. But I definitely want you to talk about that on the podcast, like vaguely.
Okay.
I definitely want you to share
And
that.
look, he's 6'11".
Oh,
I've never met a nigga that tall. He's 6'11".
Is he a
girl, you
basketball
don't even got to get on your knees.
And look, I'm only
Is he a basketball
5'7", so I'm like, I'm feeling
You
like
don't,
mama.
girl, you don't even have to get on your knees.
Girl,
That's the best. That's the best.
he said non-sexual, bitch.
Non-sexual.
But I'm just saying though, if it came down, he's 6'11", something's going down that night. Hello.
Nah, it depends on what the vibe is. That
I'm
So you're down for it though.
down that night, girl.
I'm so
But
sorry.
you're down for it.
Scotty looking down like.
I want a story, girl.
No, I was taking somebody back.
Bitch. 6'11", like places on me quivered when you said 6'11". That's tall. Okay, what's the body type?
Child, hold on real quick. Let's dispel that rumor. Let's dispel that because you said 6'11" made you feel. Child, just because they tall don't mean that they are tall everywhere. Okay, let's be honest.
But you already know how we roll down here. You already know how we roll.
I mean, I know y'all don't care about that shit because y'all ping out. Y'all like the ping out.
You never said that.
Y'all,
You never said that.
like
Scotty,
it.
they trying to play us because we don't want to fucking.
We don't want to get
free y'all up our motherfucking
I
ass.
cherish my walls. Like,
Girl, this is not
YB
say. This is say. Our shit goes right back to where it was before.
Girl, I'm sorry, but you not finna judge me just because I don't want to be fisted every time I fuck.
Period.
I don't want. No, you want dicks that are about the size of arms. And
I need to feel it, girl. I need to feel it.
The fact that you don't have feeling with husband-sized dick says something.
It's not that. It's just once you get used to that, like 7-incher, you know, that little skinny pencil shit, child. Once you get used to that, like where do you go from there?
We like pencil dicks. We just not long. They can be dirt. Oh, season 2 of the
now,
podcast.
Jace.
Period.
Season 2 of the podcast. Season 2. Season 2.
Jace.
Y'all about to take it down. Y'all about to take it.
You already say you like thumbs.
I didn't say I like thumbs.
That is not what he said.
I've never said that.
It's on your shirt.
Wait,
that's for Planet Fitness.
This is y'all gym.
Girl.
Not y'all gym, child. Where we have sex in the bathroom, honey. The glory holes are in the maintenance room. Yes.
Anyway, get to your cards. I'm sorry. I'm sorry, Scotty. And
we took this in a different direction.
I took that left field. But that conversation was what was going on in my life currently. So
hey, I'm here for it. Let us know how it goes.
If y'all want to know what happens on a date, tune into season 2 of the podcast, bitch.
Where we get all diminished. All right, so for each of you, I'm going to pull one card, and this will just be a question about the new year. Just one card. It should hopefully explain it all. I've never really done a one card draw before, but that's in the spirit of today. Okay. So, who would like to go first?
Me.
I can. That's all. Okay.
Oh, no, Scotty can go first. Go ahead, Scotty.
So, Scotty? Okay. Do you want to verbalize this question, or do you want to just, keep it to yourself? It's only one card, so it expounds everything.
Yeah, I can keep my question to myself.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Yes.
Gotta get into the spirit, girl. Call me now. What is that? 5.
look, I'm so here for Envy, and like she be in these comments, and she is that's my legal sister. So shout out to Envy.
She's a kid.
That's my legal sister, and we are all about speaking appropriately. We don't deal with that bullshit.
Y'all be dragging. I love y'all, but y'all be dragging. Y'all be dragging. Y'all be dragging it.
Wait, it be more so envy. Oh boy.
Yeah. But you more like T.S. Madison, like you be like a sidekick that be like, ooh, like you be egging her on. Like, ooh,
I be thinking, but
but
I be feeling the same way that she,
yeah. I feel like there's a time and place. You can't take that hood shit to the Grammys. You can't take it to Barbara Walters. You can't take it to the View. You can't take it to the View. But then again, like you have to decide again, like what I was telling Jeff, you have to decide what you want. Some people don't want to go to the View; they just want to be at one of the parties.
Right.
What's going on with these cards? What's see?
Hold on.
He's trying to get the definition of something. Shuffle mine good, bitch. I want to
What is that? Girl.
What is it? What does it look like? Show us.
Child, I'm having difficulty. What is this, bitch? What is that?
It's the Phoenix of the Crows. The Rise of the Crows.
No, I need to know if it's a pentacle. Is it a? It's not. Is it a sword?
No, ain't no sword on that bitch. Might be a
What? Lex, are you in here, girl? Help a bitch.
They don't show you.
No, this is not.
They don't have a name on the back or anything.
Because the description isn't even in here. I don't know what it is unless I know the element. And I thought it was fire, but it's not.
They gave you
wands. It is okay. It is fire. It's wands. Okay, the 5 of wands. Okay, let me get to it. Sorry.
Jay's looking unimpressed.
Look,
y'all know some ghetto shit over here, girl.
I'm doing cards, but you gotta be ready.
This is ghetto shit. Oh, ghetto tarot, child.
This giving me Carmen. No.
Right.
That's the 5. Yeah, I think it's the 5 of wands. So Scotty got what was
Lex
cool.
said, let her see the card. Let her be the judge. Lex is here. She said, let her see the card.
I just did.
Oh.
So the 5 of wands, 5 crows spar in the sky. Each crow brings. Huh?
Said,
I just did.
That card again. Okay, I'm sorry.
I just did. She saw it. I don't think so, but I found out what it was already.
Okay.
So the 5 of crows spar in the sky. Each crow brings with it a different color wand, symbolizing diverse histories, philosophies, and backgrounds. Although on the surface the conflict may look violent, the crows are competing in a cordial manner and not battling to the death. This card suggests that out of a friendly debate, a good amount of progress moves a project forward. The 5 of wands may denote a meeting that brings various groups together to solve a single problem. So,
Can somebody? I got you.
You working on some things, child. So whoever. Shit, child. Did you get that, Scotty?
I didn't. I'm gonna be honest.
So, like, whatever project you might did you hear the reading?
Yeah, I heard it. I'm just trying to understand it.
I don't know. Maybe you might be working with somebody on a project later. Maybe it's a social media situation, but at first y'all may not agree on certain stuff. But apparently, it's going to move forward and be successful in some way, and you may end up either working with multiple people.
Okay. Think collab.
Yeah, collaborations is in your future. It seems like you're gonna be doing a lot of collab. I mean, but you already have that, so maybe more of that. Maybe that taken to the next level because you host a lot of collaborations. I see.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking too.
So major collaboration moves is in the future for you, child, for the new year. Okay. I like how.
I'll tap in. It'll be you and Kat. This kitty box thing. That's it.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
Absolutely.
All right, Kat, you got a question? Or you want to keep it to yourself?
Let me see. What do I really? Okay, I'm gonna give it to myself. What happens?
Okay. Hmm. So you got a major arcana card, which is the world.
Yeah. Oh.
So let's see.
Okay.
Come on, girl. Okay. So, keywords for the world: successful, completions, end of a journey, and wholeness are words associated with this card. The element is earth, and the description reads: dancing within a laurel wreath, the crow celebrates. She is surrounded by the four fixed signs: Taurus, Leo, Scorpio, and Aquarius, symbolizing the four seasons that mark the passage of time. The world is the last card of the major arcana and represents the successful and fruitful end of a journey, one that you have charted since your very first step. The world symbolizes a time of great joy and relief because the hard work you have invested has finally paid off. It is time to revel in the glory of a job well done.
Do y'all want to know what my question was?
What's that?
What does spirit say about my career?
Child, I'm telling you.
I was torn between that and relationships, and because I was indecisive and didn't want to take y'all's time, I was just like, let me just touch. And whatever the spirit says, that's what they were trying to tell me about.
Wow. The new brings great tidings of great joy, honey. Fa la 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 la.
It's not a Mariah song.
Yes, honey. That was a Christmas song.
I said it wasn't a Mariah song, so I'll take it.
Okay. Now if you believe within yourself, hold on tight and don't let go. You can make it happen. Yes, honey.
Every fucking time.
Yes, honey. Make it happen. Oh, Jace, you ready?
Yes, my question is regarding my professional life, specifically dealing with my business. I want to know what the forecast is looking like next year as I make this transition out of what I'm currently doing.
Yeah.
I've been researching and doing shit for probably about 2 months now, so I'm really curious to see what this card is gonna say.
Me too.
As I take this leap,
because I think you just want confirmation.
Crazy enough, you got the same card Scotty did.
Collaboration?
Yeah.
No.
No. But you would have to. For your business, you would have to. For where you're going.
You want me to read it again?
Do it all yourself, baby.
Read that again.
So the Five of Wands shows 5 crows spar in the sky. Each crow brings with it a different color wand, symbolizing diverse histories, philosophies, and backgrounds. Although on the surface the conflict may look violent, the crows are competing in a cordial manner and not battling to the death. This card suggests that out of a friendly debate, a good amount of progress moves a project forward. The Five of Wands may denote a meeting that brings various groups together to solve a single problem.
I think that applies directly to your situation. Because I don't want to say too much because you haven't, but in order to have it successfully done, I don't think you can do this by yourself. You would need a team.
I would have to have a team of people. Absolutely.
Right, and I think this speaks to the team.
I plan on being the top.
You are. but maybe
and no shade.
This is like, bitch, I am the queen. You
get it.
whores are my servants.
I think the competition comes in with them trying to be your favorite, or them trying to be the standout one that you like, choose to be the one. You know, you get what I'm saying? And maybe you come in and you resolve it, and y'all like work together as a team and find a way to make it work.
Lex, would you like to come on here?
I am a Scorpio, so I'm a water sign.
Oh Lord,
Come on
not
here,
a
Lex.
Scorpio child.
Money back, yo, strong Scorpio. Oh, and let me give you your props, bitch. Tryouts. I have been. That's a part of my gym playlist now.
Wait,
I love tryouts.
Period. And look, I'm gonna sing another song tonight from SoundCloud. Wait, it's actually like a mix.
Okay.
I've been listening to this since like 2016. Like it's like a 10-minute mix, gym mix, everything. But that's neither here nor there. But I am a Scorpio, Lex. I really want to see what Lex has to say because she's on the shit. You know, when
I'm gonna pull one for me.
Scorpios, child.
Money bag, yo.
So Jeff is
Scorpio, and I love it.
I'm gonna pull one for me.
Is a Scorpio too.
Does anybody in the chat want a quick one card draw? I'm gonna do one for myself real quick. I don't really have any specific questions, so I'm just gonna feel the energy.
Sorry.
She's asking about a moon sign. I don't know if she's talking to all three of us, but I answer though. My moon sign is Taurus.
Moon sign? Hold on. My chart's over here.
Aquarius sun, Taurus moon. Makes a lot of sense. So I'm stubborn on 10. 10 times stubborn.
I am
Oh, and a Leo rising.
Look, I literally have food set up on a plate right over here. And I need to take pictures of this shit.
I'm a Gemini moon and a Virgo rising.
Of wands.
How do I find that out? I'm actually not
sure. You gotta
sure.
know your birth time. Basically you gotta go on your birth certificate and get the time of your birth. And because I think you need your birthday and then the time of your birth and then the location and all of it.
Was born.
Okay. So I'm gonna read mine.
Find your
I'm gonna read mine real quick.
Natal chart. NATAL.
All right, so I pulled the 8 of Wands for myself.
Yes, dear. 8 of Wands.
And the 8 of Wands says the crow flies swiftly through the air on currents of energy brought by the 8 Wands. This card brings with it a vitality of spirit. Do not hesitate. Now is the time to act. The power of this card is vibrant and expansive. A narrow focus will not serve you at this time. You need to be able to see the big picture because the energy is moving quickly. The message of the 8 of Wands is that it is essential to ensure that every task is complete before moving to the next item on your to-do list. Yes.
Ain't that the card for you? It said, run it back. It said, don't hesitate, do what?
Girl, I just lost it. Hold on. What's that?
Don't hesitate, what?
Do not hesitate. Now is the time to act.
The doors of the church are open.
Amen. Oh, girl.
I hope you heard that.
I sure did.
Did you receive that?
I sure did.
Are you going to apply that?
I sure am.
Bitch.
You better, because, bitch, I'm going to put my foot on your neck.
I am. Because I wonder, when is that season of Jupiter coming? Because Jupiter is the planet of expansion. When do we see one of those? I'm not an astrologist, child, so I don't know.
I know we have some type of retrograde.
Look, we got Lex in the building. Lex will see.
When does Jupiter come to rule the girls?
I know we're in some type of retrograde right now, for sure.
Child. It's interesting, though. I'm here for all of it. And again, shout out to David for these beautiful cards.
Yes.
And Lex for facilitating that. Thank y'all. You got a question, Jeff? I forgot I have an appointment tonight.
Girl.
Oh Lord.
You know what? Well deserved. Well deserved.
Daylight come and me one go home.
Well, so if you know, Jace, you know.
I know.
But well deserved. You know, knowing what we know, well deserved. Mama's been good this season. I'm season, ready. Winter. That is it.
Yeah. Scotty, what are your plans for this coming year as far as your channel and everything that you have going on?
Well, like I was saying, I know Boys Night Out is still gonna be a thing. I know the little whether you like it or not panel gonna be a thing, but I also want to do something with like a panel show about music because I'm a big ass music fan and I talk about music all the time
Really,
and most
90s?
people think I should have it.
I don't know much 2000s, you know, current music, 90s music. I will go toe to toe.
Yeah.
R&B.
Yeah, like I want to do
I just
something
had
like
a
that.
conversation tonight, and Gwen Stefani came up, and I love Gwen Stefani. Like, and I was saying, like, damn, like we always praise the '90s, but like the 2000s, like 2000 to 2010 was the shit, though. As far as like a lot of pop artists, we had Britney Spears, we had Beyonce, we had Riri.
We did.
Like, we had, you know, it was a lot of like emergence that came out.
I think
2000.
that was
Fergie and like, you know, you remember of that, like that whole era of like female artists. It was the shit.
I just place it on when was the last. I feel like when I say when music got bad to me, I would choose it based on the year that I really just stopped listening to the radio like that. And I would say that the last time I listened to the radio like that was probably 2008 or 9 or something. That's probably around the time I just stopped listening to the radio.
Yeah.
And then around that time, things started to become more digital anyway. So, you know, iPods.
Right.
But for me, I think I'm more of a 90s lover as opposed to the early 2000s because, like, 90s music shaped what I appreciate about music. Like, because of what I digested in the 90s, I am who I am today, music. Now, in the 2000s, I still loved my music, but I was more on trainer because I was a teenager. So I was more on the trying to look like them, trying to, you know, be cool. I was less enthralled with the music because I was out living my goddamn life. Because I thought I was grown at 13, you know? So as a child, I had the opportunity to soak all that music in. And
you know what?
It was more, they said more in the 90s. They said a lot.
You said something really important. If it wasn't for the 90s, I don't think that I would have the appreciation for music that I do now.
Mm-hmm.
Because it definitely paved the way. Yeah.
And I think for me, the 90s is so important because the 90s was inspirational in a sense that, okay, when I hear early 2000s music or 2000s music in general, my mind goes back to that time. I go up because it's a hit, because it takes me back for the nostalgia in the words of Mariah Carey. But the 90s made me want to know more about music. Because of the 90s, I searched and I went back further and I got interested in 80s music. And then I was interested in 70s music. But it started with the 90s. Like, where y'all get this shit from? How are y'all this cool?
And you know what? Let's be honest here. The pioneer for that shit, and he needs to get his credit. Even though I talk shit about his ass child, P. Diddy really needs a lot of credit for the shifting of music. Because if it was not for some of the greatest acts that come to life, like Mary J. Blige, to draw that bridge between hip hop and R&B, I don't think that a lot of the sounds would exist today.
Yeah,
like that's true.
Child, they handled that shit.
This is rare, but I got to give credit to your girl too. Mariah found a way to incorporate pop and melodic R&B tunes, and she just really made a thing of that. Mama changed the game. The emancipation of Mimi changed
And
the
then
fucking.
I've had this conversation with people before, and when you look back in the '80s and the '90s and even the 2000s, you always had that one premier superstar in every genre. But now it seems like we really don't have that anymore. Now, like in the 2000s, Beyonce, Alicia Keys, Rihanna, they was running it in the
Yeah.
2000s. In the
Yeah.
1990s, it was Mary J. Blige, it was R. Kelly, it was Janet, was Janet
Jodeci.
more so, you
Everybody.
had like, yeah, like you had
Bottom
that,
line,
but
back
now we
then,
really don't have no
before
big
the 2000s, you had
superstars
to
anymore.
sing. You had to be a singer.
Yeah.
Can you stand in front of a crowd? If you can't go to Showtime at the Apollo and not get booed off stage, then bitch, you ain't no artist. You ain't no
Let me
singer.
tell you.
And I think in the 2000s, it started to become what felt good, as opposed to bitch, can you sing? That's why a whole lot of ugly motherfuckers are legends right now, because it wasn't about the looks. Can you sing?
Yeah,
And that's when
I
your
feel like
faves.
It depends how you look. Can you make me feel something? Who the fuck want to lay down with Anthony Hamilton? But we all know Charlene.
Let me tell you something. Sitting here waiting on you to come home to me.
You did?
Baby, I'll be. That was my song, honey. You can tell me.
Who wanted to lay down with Luther? Who wanted to fuck Luther?
A lot of
our chair is still a motherfucking chair.
When gone so far away, I fell in love.
There's just a lot of
with
stuff that
you.
I noticed these days that is missing. Like I said, like Beyonce and Rihanna were probably the last two big, superstars we had. Because right now we really don't have no superstars.
You
Like
know
you got
what?
people that's trying to be that. Like you got Normani, trying to be that. You got people like SZA, that's the face of R&B. You got people like Ella Mai,
Summer Walker.
Summer
Summer Walker
Walker.
for sure.
My girl.
Summer Walker for sure. You got, and it's a lot of art. It's a lot of male R&B acts. But I think, and this is I guess just me growing up and seeing the world from a different lens. It ain't them. It's the consumers. The demand is different now. They put out quality albums. You don't want that shit. Who still talk about Brandy B7? That was a classic R&B album. Nobody talks about people who put out real R&B projects.
Wait, what album?
Brandy.
That was shade.
Yeah, I know it was, but let us all recite the last Foxy Brown record we heard.
Okay, hold on. We're not gonna. We're not gonna.
Let us recite the last Foxy Brown record.
Because Foxy
Can
Brown
she
is
keep the beat?
She's an icon.
Does she have rhythm? Can she keep the beat?
Let's see. Don't do that.
Don't do that.
Can she hear this?
Don't
shade Brandy, bitch. If you don't want me coming for your fave,
well,
y'all know how I feel about Brandy.
I know.
Y'all know. As a matter of fact, it was the two of y'all that was on my live when Brandy and Monica had that versus. So y'all know how I feel about Brandy. I was arguing with y'all then.
Right.
It was the two of y'all. When I went live after the Brandy and Monica versus, it was the two of y'all on my live.
Yeah, I remember. That was when I was.
And I had to defend her then. Girl, I'm all right.
But don't you think though, but to some of y'all's point though, don't you think there's something to be said about this generation of music when our reference point to great music is still the girls from back then?
Yeah.
And I really think that the young generation of artists.
Summer Walker's cool, but it's just that's not the highest demand. Everybody ain't doing
I don't like Summer Walker. I just can't connect with Summer Walker, and
I just wish that she would keep her business out of the streets. That's what I would just wish she would do, because at this point,
you can't sit here and say that. You can't sit here and say, "Oh, Mary J. Blige this and Mary J. Blige that," because that's.
But see, that was different. Imagine Mary J. Blige, that stuff happening to her in now times with social media and how fast and how accessible things are now. She would be a laughing stock. Let's be honest about that. She
Well,
wouldn't
with the
have.
Indian stuff, she
There
was.
wouldn't be that generation of woman who truly cares about the subject matter. Let's be honest here, because these little hoes now just want to listen to pop, lock, and drop it music. They're not relating to the pain and suffering that Mary J translated perfectly through music. That's why in Summer Walker, she's in the height now where social media has taken over, and the word toxic is running heavy now through the English language, and I feel like she exudes that. And yes, she may be talking to a certain demographic, but a lot of women aren't trying to wear their fucking emotions on their sleeves anymore.
Because they tired. They tired of being used. But to Summer Walker's credit, there was no social media back then. Because if there was, Mary would have been on Twitter cussing KC the fuck out.
But it would be looking stupid though, because again, that type of woman doesn't truly exist anymore. I mean, they do exist, but not as the real woman of the 90s. They were in that point where they were trying to heal themselves of the fuck shit that they experienced growing up in the 80s.
Well, you know what? Let me take that back. They were talking. We just didn't have access because I ran across an interview with Faith Evans. Faith Evans was sitting down on a couch talking to somebody about the entire situation she had just endured with Biggie. Literally.
I don't mind popping, lock, and dropping music cams because I'm a hip hop fiend. But I'm saying though, I think the reference point for like what we look for in artists, more so for us, leans towards the R&B girls and the girls that have vocals and that can slay. If you get up there and you can shuff and dry rate all the hell you want to, but for me and for what I like to listen to, if it's a singer, you need to blow down the house. Rap is a different category for me. I'm very picky when it comes to rap. I don't listen to everybody.
There are singers out there that don't either. Like they're hitting. You have JoJo, you got Victoria Monet, you have of course Summer Walker. You have so many good singers out here, but they putting out albums. Amber Riley, the girl that was on Glee, she got an EP that's slays.
She's on the Bells level.
I mean, it's girls that's out here putting out music that we don't know. We know about it because they don't have.
It's unsettling to know that there's a lot of great R&B music that's out there we have no clue about, and a lot of the times we don't even discover it until 2-3 years later when it's already done and over with.
And they've already,
you know what I'm saying? And it's just getting ready to put out some more music, and it's really a shame. And like I said, I don't even listen to the radio. If I'm in the car and I decide to listen to the radio, I'm listening to the oldie stations. I don't even listen to like.
I'm not listening to the radio at all.
Because it's like I don't know half of these people. I don't know half these people that's putting out music. My brother may know them, but I don't know these people that's putting out music like that. Like I don't know. They all sound the same to me. The music all sound the same. They all got that same NyQuil ass beat to go along with it. With this damn beat, they got in its paper. It's all the same. It's all the same.
It's so bad now. If I forget my iPod at home, I would rather just ride in silence or hook my phone up to it and listen to like a YouTube video or something. I don't want to listen to the radio. I really don't. But yeah, I think these girls just know how to push platforms. You got Seven. Seven put out a real good album. But these platforms are not giving these singers opportunities. When you have the VMAs, the BET Awards, the Soul Train Awards, it's not until you see the Secret Naturals. It's not until you see the Soul Train Awards that you singers. On these other award shows, they have pop artists on their roster, so you're not getting an opportunity to see these singers do they.
And if it's not a pop artist, it's a rap artist. They're never gonna give an R&B person no shine on no stage. Like I said with Seven Streeter, she's a good artist. She had one of the best. I always reference this particular song, but she had one of the
Her new album is good.
In the 2010s, she had one of the best R&B songs I heard in a long time Before I Do, and I never ever had heard it until maybe a year or two after it came out. And I'm just like, you mean to tell me I've been sleeping this whole time and didn't even know this song was out? And you mean to tell me it sounds that fucking good and I didn't know shit about it?
Well, you know what, too?
R&B song I heard.
A lot of these artists, even the ones that are still out today, they keep pulling tracks that they think are radio friendly, not realizing the Diamond in the Rough is one of those songs that you didn't want to release yet publicly. And I always tell people, like, you're trying to fit in with the young people, but you don't understand. Bitches like us, we're in our early 30s type of vibes. And if we're still old kind of vibe, but with a new nuance, if that makes sense, we'll vibe with that shit. Because I know of Seven Streeter. We always talk about Melanie Fiona, which I believe is one of the greatest vocalists of our time. Jasmine, Melanie Fiona can sing, girl. She can sing.
The greatest? Okay, but
no, I consider her to be in the lineup of one of the greatest.
This conversation should have been on Scotty's channel.
No, child, I truly believe Melanie Fiona, when you get into her bag, I do put her in somewhere in my top 10 favorites. Obviously, Queen Mariah holds number one. Hallelujah, bitch. Okay, and you better believe that Kiki Wyatt, girl, what is wrong with me?
It's that lemonade. Lemonade coming back on you.
No, it felt like I had something like a frog in there or something, child. But no, like you better believe that even some of the girls that didn't make the best of their careers, like a Kiki Wyatt, will always be in my category of some of the best vocalists to grace this earth, honey. And I remember, I think I talked about this.
I'm glad you brought Kiki Wyatt. She came out with an EP when she first was on R&B Divas, and that was a very good EP. And she had a song called "Lie Under You" that I thought should have been so
good. Lie Under You.
Yes.
I love Lie Under You.
Yes, God.
I like Fall in Love.
I thought that song was everything. Yes, I love that song too. I'm like, why aren't these songs
Who Knew is my shit. I love Who Knew.
Oh my God. I thought I was the only one.
I love Who Knew.
I thought I was the only one. I literally thought I was the only one that even knew that song. I love that song.
I love her.
Kiki Wyatt are from Indianapolis. We both went to the same high school. I know her little brother, Keever. He's gay, he's gay. So I remember him from back in the day when I was like 17, like out in the scene. Like, I love them to death. And both of them are so talented. Even he can sing.
He can sing too.
Oh, wow.
They are.
Well, Chase, I need an interview. I need an exclusive.
Look at him, girl.
Hey, you say act now, right? Don't hesitate. Act now.
Oh, now you want to take the advice?
But you know what? I will say this. I feel that Kiki's.
Hold on. We just go. Let's go right on back. Let's go right on back, honey, because you can't just slide on by the fact that you have an in with Kiki Wyatt, bitch.
But we're not friends or anything.
Yeah, he didn't say they was besties.
No.
Hold on, Vivica Fox. We went to the same high school, but not at the same time. You know what I'm saying?
Of course not.
Well, let's set it off in this motherfucker.
But she's from Indianapolis, and we went to the same high school too. But
I loved her in Kill Bill. Come on, Vivica. Come onto the platform, girl. I love it. Vivica tells the truth, honey. She gets the girls together. They can't take it. When she told us that 50 Cent was with girl, Vivica tells the truth. I live for her. Now she can slow up on some of the foundation, but that's about it. Because it's the truth though, girl. She be doing a little too much. Like, we know you're coming to age, girl. That's what happens.
Oh no.
But shout out to Vivica, girl. And Kiki Wyatt. Y'all cousin Jace is gonna go ahead and facilitate those in-depths, honey. Let me tell you something. I would love to sit down with Kiki because I have some hard questions for her, girl. Like, for one, just like Toni Braxton, I feel like some of these girls were done so wrong by the music industry. They didn't allow these girls to just truly blossom and become the great. Because if Kiki would have stayed if she would have had the right team behind her, Kiki would be revered right now as one of those girls. Mind you, the only thing saving her is the fact that she can blow the fucking house down. But if she also had the right marketing and promotional team, the right management team, the right producers and things on her side, just like Toni Braxton, we would still be talking about that girl. Toni would still be putting out hits. That last album, that whispery ass shit that she brought out, because she can no longer do the, she can't do the little shit no more. That girl, they say love should have brought you here, girl. No, ma'am, that should have left you alone. It was a mess. That album was a mess. It was a mess.
Spell My Name was really cute.
It was a mess. And even Kelly Price. I really think the downfall of Kelly Price is when she turned to gospel.
Child, when she turned to COVID, girl. No.
The same thing.
I would say COVID. Like,
yeah, because
no, it's way before that. When she could no longer keep that soul of a woman energy, it was over for her.
In R&B, Mama's still getting gospel checks because they booking her.
You can get checks all day long, but I no longer review Kelly Price as one of those girls in R&B anymore. I just don't. I feel like once you go to gospel, and no offense to gospel, but once you go to gospel, you have no choice but to stay there.
That's not true.
I feel like who?
Fantasia.
Okay.
Little Mo.
Okay, I'm gonna say this. I'm gonna say this.
Fantasia. Little Mo. Coco from NWC.
One chick who can't read. One chick who can't read. One chick who can't read.
Michelle's still gospel.
And who's the other one you named?
Destiny's Child. Wasn't nobody criticized her. She came back with Destiny's Child.
They was in the church. They was just like, girl, them skirts is too short. You need to.
But see, that's what he means, though. That's why YB saying what he's saying. A lot of the times when they do cross over the gospel and they decide to come back in secular music, then they look at them crazy. It's kind of like when Coco from SWV first ventured off into gospel music, and then when she came back with SWV, it's I don't want to sing downtown.
But my thing is, girl, stop being judgmental. That's your song. You can sing downtown.
I give you that, Scotty. That was true.
You can sing downtown.
Or even
but Lil Mo never got that.
But see, the problem because once Lil Mo got out of her bag, it was over with. She started popping out all of these children, girl, like it was goddamn.
That's Kiki Wyatt's problem too. Kiki, I was just about to say that Kiki Wyatt gets in her own way because we fools if we think that ain't nobody knocked that Kiki door and was like, bitch, I can do something with you. But you got 11 fucking kids, and she wants to be. I can't leave my kids. My baby's this and my baby's that. So. Girl, all you can do is festivals and little church events. Cause bitch, you a mom now.
It was that show that fucked Kiki Wyatt up. It was that show. That bitch showed that she was the bitch that she is. It is what it is.
She showed her ass on R&B Divas.
I wouldn't say that the show really fucked her up like that because most people liked her on that show. It really
and they bought into the brand. Bookings from that shit.
It was
for Kelly Price up more than Kiki.
If it would have fucked anybody up, it would have been Selena for the way she ran Kiki Dillon.
No, Selena blew up after that.
That's what I'm saying. People like the salacious stuff.
But
now,
all you see Kiki doing now is like
who got ate the fuck up?
Little happy birthdays that she does for the girls, little shit like that. But it's like mainstream.
Latavia got ate the fuck up.
Ever since R&B Divas, ain't nobody fucking with Kiki like that. And even when I've been to Indianapolis and she's been in little events and stuff, it's been gospel. That's it. Because once you go there, there's no coming back for you. Even the rappers who go down that road, like they don't become as successful anymore.
Let's keep it real. The girl had to go to gospel. If Only You Knew and a couple songs she got with a bun, it's all we fucking know. The four of us name 3 songs that we know by her.
But that's what I'm talking about when it comes to her career. Especially back in the days when she became extremely prevalent, A&R was still a big thing in these, these studios and shit like that. If she would have had more of someone that really cared about her, like even with Lil' Kim, I feel the same way about her. Like if she would have never left Diddy, and I know she had her reasons, and I was here for those reasons because he did a lot of nefarious business deals. But I really do feel like if if it wasn't ever broken, you shouldn't really try to fix it too much. That's Little Kim especially, because she tried too many different sounds. But specifically for Kiki, if she would have had the right people around her during that time period, I really feel like we would have got way more from her that would have stamped her, because all she's known for now is really covers. And that's cute and all, but I really do feel like, again, with Toni Braxton the same way too, like these girls are stealing y'all money, they're stealing y'all image, they're using y'all up. If these girls would have came out today, well, they probably wouldn't be that successful. We probably wouldn't be talking about them.
She also stabbed her husband.
They needed something more.
That took a great chunk of her career.
What's up, husband of my husband?
We keep forgetting that she stabbed her husband, and for 10 years she had to deal with that shit.
For good reason. Fuck that nigga.
I mean, whatever the reason was, ours were knocking her door then. They didn't want to deal with her. Nobody wanted to book her. She said that.
But they sure as hell wanted to deal with Left Eye when she was around here burning down niggas' houses.
Because he wasn't inside of it. He wasn't inside of it. He was in no danger.
I think the difference between the situation with Left Eye and Kiki is because Left Eye was already a part of this big ass pop group, which is TLC. So there was really nothing that she.
And we had just seen Bernadette burn a nigga car down, so we was here for the fire.
Right.
But yeah, and then Kiki, she was relatively a new artist, and you know the most that she had was My First Love with Avant. Then she had one song called Used to Love that really didn't go nowhere. Then she came out with another song with Avant, Nothing in This World, that was a duet that took her to another level. That's all she really had. You know, so you know, you got Left Eye, and you got Kiki Wiley. You know,
and then let's just look at the optics of it all. Like, even though they're both like detrimental.
What you saying to me, boy? I'm break it down.
Around them, but if you had somebody burn somebody's house, it's like,
right?
It's different, you know.
I mean, but she did try to come out a couple of years later and put everything into song. Like she did come out with a song called "Put Your Hands on Me." I actually love that song. I put my mother on it to that song because she is a domestic violence survivor herself. So I put her on to that song. She loved that song. But people. It's a lot of R&B artists that came out in the 2000s that were pretty unappreciated. So since we're talking about Kiki Wyatt, why do you guys think Lil Mo didn't necessarily go further than what she did?
Look at all those dicks she was sucking.
How does it
I mean, let me tell the truth. Let's tell the truth. Let's tell the truth. Let's tell the truth. Little Mo was straddling the fence between trying to be Mary J. Blige, let's be honest here, but she could not finesse the even keel between hip hop and R&B. She wanted to be a thug love mother type of bitch. When she was hanging out with Ja Rule and the girls and Murder Inc. and them, she thought she was like the mother fucking Teresa of the gangland type of vibes. And it's just like, girl, you can't straddle that fence. No one will do what Mary did. Even Keisha Cole's raspy ass voice, she tried it, child. It worked for her because you actually felt her. But as we got older, and they want to be independent, but still don't be putting out no real good music like that. Mary was the only one that was able to properly translate hip hop, R&B, and soul combined together. Now, when you take who are we talking about? What's her? I had some Jello shots earlier, child.
Oh my god.
Okay.
Who was Mo?
No, her. Like she just, I used to see it for her. Especially that song she did. Well, that's the one I'm referencing, the Ja Rule song. Whenever you need me,
mother of your child,
me to put it on you, because the bitch can sing. And she got too caught up. I think she got too caught up being the hood grandmother. That's what I really think.
Grandmother, she ain't that fucking old, bitch. Goddamn.
Well, shit, don't one of her kids got kids now or something?
No.
Oh no. Okay. Yet. Is she still with that boxer who was allegedly exposed?
She left him.
No.
Is she still singing at Housewives specials?
No. No, here's the
Cause
thing. The reason
I think we'll fuck.
That was a booking. She wasn't.
what is did she get paid in the hot dogs that Dennis was selling, child? Hot dogs and mustard? Because I want to know.
That is not how that went.
But I'm here for Lil Mo because I love when she called out that bitch Queen Naja at the Soul Train situation. I loved how she did that because she's telling the truth. That bitch did not put in no work. No work whatsoever. Yes, bitch, you may have a decent voice, but JoJo will sing your decrepit YouTube ex-content creating ass. The girl, JoJo will sing that whore under the fucking table, bitch. That Cumbella bitch, whatever her name is, will sing her under the table. I don't like bitches who did not earn their spot. That bitch not, whatever her name is, that girl who we winning all them awards for no goddamn reason, because I don't think she, does the work either, but she has a voice on her. I think she sings way better than that bitch Queen Naja.
Camila Cabello. When you said, because I've been watching Love and Hip Hop, when you say Campbella, bitch, I'm like, ooh.
Oh no,
bitch, I know you fucking lying.
I know Kimbella.
And Tori Kelly. Tori Kelly is another white girl that can sing fucking.
Yeah, she can.
Around people.
Megan Trainor, for crying out loud.
Has a voice. Kelly Clarkson got a voice on her.
Child. Kelly, let me tell you something. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
Go ahead. Oh, the reason why I asked about Lil Mo is because I do feel like she had at least her first two albums were very good, but she had some good albums and some good songs. And it's crazy because some people. Scarlet Letter was horrible. And
to another point, though, I think everything goes out to image, and I think that she didn't. I hate to say it, but she doesn't fit the right image.
She is literally on Mary J's image. Back then, she was literally Mary J. Like, come on, let's not play.
You think that's the problem? You think that's the issue that she was,
especially here.
Like a replica.
I don't think image was a problem for her. I don't think image was a problem. I think what Little Mo's problem was inconsistency. Little Mo would get out there and do something, then she would get caught up in a relationship, get married, have a baby, and then she disappear. Oh, I'm back, y'all. And because you're funny, it works for the moment. But bitch, you're never consistent.
That's how I feel about that girl, Jasmine Sullivan. You have an amazing talent.
And Love and Hip Hop New York, we didn't hear from Lil Mo at all. Why were you not doing shows, putting out music? You're Little Mo.
Because she was too busy fighting trade.
And once again, like I said about Kiki Wyatt, I feel that reality TV kind of fucked up her career as well. Because she was on some ratchet ass bullshit when she was on the R&B.
Well, her career got fucked up before she got on it.
But that TV show exposed her to a whole new audience. It was people that didn't even know who Kiki Wyatt was before that show.
True.
And let me tell y'all this right now. For those of you that don't know who Kiki Wyatt is, some of y'all motherfuckers were conceived while listening to Nothing in This World I Wouldn't Do for You, boy. Your mama was sucking dick, girl, and having daddy nut all in that motherfucking poo nanny while listening to Kiki Wyatt. Trust it, honey. I done sucked a little dick to goddamn Kiki Wyatt, girl. Okay? How are you doing?
Kiki Wyatt is on my playlist.
Yeah, she's on my playlist. Yes. Avant, I can read your mind, babe.
She's not on that.
I know what you're thinking.
She's not on that.
No. Lil Mo was on drugs. She's openly admitted that shit. She was on drugs. Yeah. And, she was on the show, which kind of fucked up her image. She was on 2 shows, Love and Hip Hop and R&B Divas, which I feel like R&B Divas, because it was before, kind of fucked up her image a little bit. Got her on Love and Hip Hop. Then she started doing the radio. She said some bullshit on radio stations, which ended up getting her blackballed from radio. And that's where she is now. You don't think so, Scotty?
No, I agree.
I know that radio
I'm
shit.
Just shaking my head
she dropped the ball with that radio shit.
Yeah, this is like, like I love your voice and you can come out and you can sing your fucking ass off. But if you don't have that popularity and people don't really like you, just like, and I say this shit all the time, like when Faith was R&B divas. Atlanta, I love Faith to death, but when I saw her on that show, I was like, ugh. The shit that she did.
Honestly, it was her inconsistency for me. She was there when she wanted to be, and then it was, I gotta, your big fat ass, grown ass daughter is 45, and I gotta go to LA to be with her.
Goop them girls out of a grant. Like, you gotta know the history.
Girl, the fact that they was like hip hip hooray and the shit said Faith Evans presents R&B divas, that was in their face.
Another lost soul in music. Like, this bitch is literally out here at people's fucking viewings sounding like she done smoked all the crack that New York had to offer, girl. And it's just like, you used to have a wonderful talent, but I guess this is what happens when you let you.
YB, don't do that. She always been a little raspy.
Child, soon as I get home was one of my shits. And it's just like, you know what her problem was too? Another one. P. Diddy fucked up by signing her and Mary J. Blige around the same time, because it did almost seem as if Faith at some point was either trying, or maybe the studio was trying to like make her a sexier version of Mary. But girl, I'm sorry, it just didn't work, girl. And shout out to Mary, who has an album coming out.
I think they had two completely different styles of music.
But when you look at how they did their videos, like Mary was always in the furs, in the color furs. Then you got Faith Evans making love in the furs, and just everything about her reminded me of Mary in some kind of way. Her style, the way she would approach situations.
That was New York style, though. Furs in New York in the 90s was a style. Because Case had, Jadakiss had the Cameron. It was Cameron.
Have you all noticed that with P. Diddy, though, he does kind of does things with all his artists. He kind of makes them into another type of the same artist when he loses one. It's kind of like what YB said. A lot of people said that he tried to remake Mary with Faith. Or in another instance, he had at one point he had Mace. Years later, he had Loon, who sounded like Maze, made the same type of music as Maze, was the sex symbol like Maze, and did all of the other stuff like Maze. And then you also have like, let's see, he did the 112 thing. Years later, he put out Day 26, who made music that sounds just like some music that 112 would have made if it came out at that time. He does have a tendency of trying to replicate something that he already did. The Dirty Money thing, because it don't look like they came straight out of Total. And he just added himself to the group.
Well, call it what you want. I loved the Diddy Dirty Money movement. That whole phase, I love that.
But see, the problem with Diddy, like I said the other day, is he never completes projects with these people. Like, he doesn't take their careers to the fullest extent. Like, look at everybody he's dealt with.
Is he a Sagittarius?
I don't know, but he serves a very bipolar ass fucking tendency.
It doesn't sound like bipolar. It sounds like I'm having fun with you until I'm not, and when I'm not, I'm done.
And that's not right, because you're taking these people and they think that they're going to be building a career out of this. They think that they're living in their dreams, not for the moment, but for the long haul. And that's why I felt like Little Kim felt the way that she felt, and she was right for feeling that way, because bitch, how dare you, do all of these things with all these other people. And it's like, after Biggie died, it just seemed like everything he touched, yes, it did turn to gold, but it didn't last long before, bitch, that motherfucker was starting to tarnish a little bit. You know what I mean? Look at all of his artists. He doesn't really have a long-standing roster of people.
Yeah,
but that accused him a lot, like they have said, like after Biggie died, P. Diddy came out with Shine, and they were trying to say that he was trying to make Shine into a whole nother Biggie, making him sound like Shine.
That man was fine, child.
He was fine though, but I will say even Lil Kim did like a diss record about Shine on the Notorious K.I.M. album. It was actually titled The Notorious K.I.M. and she called Shine out for trying to sound like Biggie when he rhymed and all of this other stuff. And now that I think about it, I'm like, yeah, he does kind of sound like, not exactly like Biggie, but I see what they're trying to do, what people is trying to do, like trying to make him sound like. You can tell
Yeah.
when they're trying to duplicate something they've already done already. And Diddy
But
just
you know what though?
does
That
it.
goes to a lot of like his psyche, and I think like people aren't wrong when they talk about him. Like even when Jaguar Wright was saying some things about him late earlier this year, I felt like he's maniacal that way. You get these men who are extremely successful, and they truly believe that they are the maestros of their universe. So they want to control every aspect. So that goes to his narcissism by always trying to turn, you know, people into something that has already been a reference point for success. And it's just like, where's the
Hmm.
originality though? Because I don't want to see an emulated version of Biggie Smalls. I want to see someone who's bringing something original to the table. Because why do you always want to be compared to somebody? You want to be compared to yourself, especially if you're great in your own right.
Well, I guess that speaks
Right.
to the fact that he doesn't give his artists any type of creative control. It's like you do what I say. You represent the
Yeah,
image that I see.
cause that girl that he had signed a long time ago. I don't know if you guys remember her, but she was on the BET thing that they have on YouTube. I think it's
Cherie,
called Finding.
Cherie
Finding,
Davis.
and her name was Sherry Dennis or something like that.
Sherry
Yeah,
Oh,
Dennis.
yeah,
Sherry
Sherry Dennis.
Dennis. Okay.
Yes, she was talking about how her whole stilo was something else, but Diddy wanted something else for her and wanted
Yeah.
her to do another type of music, but she wanted to do something else. And she had this song out called Portrait of Love, and she had a song called I Love You as well. I don't think she liked neither one of those songs, to be honest, but I did kind
You
of like
let
Portrait
me
of
say
Love.
this. I don't know what you said made me trigger this name in my mind. And let me just say this. I know I did a whole like conversation piece on it before, but my heart, and I would really love to see if like she could do a comeback moment, but Nivea, like
Mm,
I just really would love to see what someone that's professional, not trying to fuck that girl and give her drugs and babies, child. I want to see who, if someone could really come through and like give that girl the comeback that she deserves.
mm-hmm.
Because the
Yeah.
way that she was treated, the Dream should be ashamed of himself. We should drag him into the middle of the streets and flog that bitch ass nigga. Little Wayne needs to be. Someone should have been dragged Little Wayne to the streets, girl, and beat those nasty ass fucking dreads off of his ass child. I'm just over how people treat women in the fucking industry. These women have the potential to be great. And these men come in their lives and they do God knows what to them and break them down even further. And it's horrible. A lot of these women could be great. Jasmine Sullivan suffers. You know, she did the same thing. She met this dude. He beat the fuck out of her and had all this control over her. Next thing you know, bitch, you come out 8 years later expecting the girls to remember who the fuck you are. No, girl, it don't work that way. Y'all letting these lesser ass men destroy you because they see the strength, they see the star that shines bright within you, girl. And you hoes have all this potential. Candy Burris would never.
But
That's the one thing I've always loved about Candy. Let me just say this real quick. I'm sorry. I'm on a tangent. I'm sorry.
no.
Motherfucking, I love Candy Burris because throughout her whole career, even throughout the things playing out on Housewives, that bitch has always remained solid in who the fuck she is. And she's not about to let no nigga fuck her over and take anything that she's built and worked for. And if anything, I feel like she's a beacon of hope for other women in the industry. Love you, Candy. Love to interview you too, bitch. I move on.
I, I was just gonna say it just speaks to the mental. Candy is where she is because she has a strong mental foundation. Like I, be it her mama, maybe she was just born
Ooh.
that way. Maybe it's
How about
Maybelline.
Jessie J?
But he was naming white people that could sing.
Oh, she can sing. She can
But
sing.
um,
Down.
but yeah, I think it just speaks to the mental. These
Mhm.
women were broken mentally, and that's why they were able to be manipulated by these men. Because, like you said, Candy would never. She's in a different place mentally, so Candy can see that shit coming a mile away. Jasmine Sullivan couldn't.
Right.
Let's say he's a Scorpio.
It's
Child.
a lot of these R&B, especially female R&B artists that really don't. Because I never understood why Nivea wasn't. Because like I said, all artists are not destined to be a pop star. Like some artists are destined to be, they could be an urban hit with people. That's the least you
Like
could have.
Solange
I don't
level,
know
Erica
what.
Badu.
Yeah, like you could be that. You know what I'm saying? or even Keisha Cole level, because she was never no pop star either. So
No.
you can have success in that way. So it's like
Mhm.
when you have artists like Nivea, or you have an artist like a Tierra Marie when she first started out, you don't
Oh,
underestimate
Oh my God,
the
Tierra Marie,
she
man.
fucked her career up too, honey.
The potential lost.
Yeah.
And what's crazy is like if you do it right, you can still redeem yourself.
Yeah.
Get a team, bitch. Like you lose the weight, then you gain it. Then we still get on music. Then you know, like every
like
time
you.
50
Okay,
Cent would have dropped me
okay.
some
So
shit,
let
I
me.
would have put out a record. Every time I would have pulled something out of
So
the
so
phone.
since
Y'all would have been downloading something.
so since we're here, let me ask you three this question. Since we're here and we're talking about Tierra Marie, I'm gonna bring it to a session about love and hip hop artists that were signed before they got to be on Love and Hip Hop, and when they got to be on Love and Hip Hop, some got a chance to break out, some did. So when you think about Love and Hip Hop, you think about how K Michelle was signed, and she was the one in Atlanta that soared and went other places. You have Cardi B, who was on Love and Hip Hop New York, that soared and went to other places. But then you have, I guess I can I include Remy Ma in this? I mean, yeah, she didn't put out no
No.
music, but she's doing. She was able. No, what I'm saying is she didn't do no music, but
Um,
she was able to at least get on a podcast or something like that. At least do
Yeah.
something to keep her name
Because when
out
she
there.
put out that brown
So
skin magic and all that shit, it didn't go nowhere. She even had Chris Brown on the
yeah,
radio.
so
And it's
that's why I said, can I include her in this? Because she didn't do anything musically. She did
I say two
other
things to that.
arenas.
The first thing I say to that is it's
But
clear.
no. Wait. It was wait. It was a second part to this question.
Okay.
So when you think about the others that was on Love and Hip Hop that were signed for, like Tierra Marie, Olivia,
Mm-hmm.
why do you think Kay and Cardi, maybe even Remy, were able to be on Love and Hip Hop and somehow, some way soar, whether it was music or whether it was podcasting or doing something else,
Okay.
versus Olivia and Tierra Marie, who are
Uh,
also talented and didn't go nowhere though off the show.
Two-part answer. First part, because you can also throw a Marlon Negro in there if you want to. But
Mm-hmm.
I think
Almost forgot about him.
it's clear that Mona has every season of every franchise. Tommy, Jocelyn, she has her eyes set on one person and they get the machine. They might not
Mm-hmm.
get all of the screen time, but they get the best scenes. They get the funniest lines. But you know, like she has her sights and they get the entire package and they keep going. The second part of
Mm-hmm.
that response is Mona Scott is also a fucking idiot. Because why she has to come out with Love and Hip Hop Records is beyond me. Every fucking artist should be signed her roster, and then you get a percentage of not only the shit that they're producing on TV, but the music that they're producing as well.
Mm-hmm.
They don't have to worry about going out to find a record deal because the moment you sign a contract to be on TV, you've also signed a record contract. We can film the scenes in the studio. We get a scene, and you just stay there, finish your song. I've
but you
already,
end up,
I've already got
but
the
you,
scene.
but with that, you get that Empire bullshit because that was the problem with Empire. A lot of people didn't want those roles because I think it was Fox. They wanted the rights to the songs and they wanted the rights to that person, which means they wouldn't have been able to do other music outside of that without certain permission. So I guess it comes down to what's in the contract at the end of the day.
Contract. And I would even
But
go as far as to do like an E1 deal. Like you're really not signed, you got to pay for all of the shit yourself, but we'll help you distribute. When you
yeah,
get done
Mm.
and we find out it's a project worth pushing, we'll make sure it gets in the stores. We'll help you. We'll help you distribute it. But you can do it that way. It's manageable. It's
Let me
manageable.
say this to answer Scotty's question. I think as far as the Love and Hip Hop franchise goes, it depends on what you bring to Love and Hip Hop. K Michelle already had a talent. The bitch can sing her ass down. Cardi B had a following already that she brought to Love and Hip Hop. Remy Ma was already a star, and she already had that star power before she came to Love and Hip Hop. Tierra Marie she was dead. I mean, no shade, but when she got on Love and
But
Hip Hop, when she first came to New York,
in that same regard, Jocelyn was a nobody. We didn't know who Jocelyn was. And she got that same engine behind her.
okay, but she bought energy,
Yeah.
which was star power, to
But it
love.
wasn't for music though.
No,
Yeah,
no,
see,
no. I'm
see,
not
this is
saying
what
I
I'm
don't
that.
think
talking
it's, yeah,
You
about.
have
it's
to
See,
bring
Mona's about
it.
making TV. Mona's about making TV. If you're a star, if you make me money, we're gonna figure out how to make you money. You're my star. So if you
see,
want to
this is
shake
what
your
I'm
ass and make
saying.
it
Like,
then we can do it like that.
see, this is what I'm saying. When it comes down to K Michelle, and back to Jason's point, she could sing already. But see, he just said that Tia Marie was dead. So was Kay too now, because she wasn't putting out no records or nothing like that. She didn't even have
But
a
she
record deal
came
when she
with
came on the
bullshit.
show.
She
But she
came
had
with
that
bullshit.
Jocelyn Star energy though. We like to
So
see
that's
that.
what
Man,
okay.
why?
So basically what y'all saying is people bought into Kay's and Cardi B's personalities and they were likable versus Tierra Marie
Absolutely.
and Olivia,
Talent is
who
not enough
also were
anymore.
talented.
Yeah, you need talent, you need
Uh-huh.
likability, you need relatability, and you need
And
to be
and
desirable.
Mhm.
and the reason for that is we live in a time now where I was talking earlier about like people being invested in not just your platform, but you as a person. This time people want to feel invited into a world that's beyond your music. And I think people like Cardi B, I don't really want to reference anyone else because Cardi B is the most successful person to ever branch out of Love and Hip Hop. Out of all of the franchises, she's the
Fact,
most
Mhm.
successful one out of everybody.
Facts.
Um,
fact.
and I think that's also goes to the point of other people too. Like, damn girl,
That bitch got a Grammy.
y'all motherfuckers should be really looking at how to use these opportunities. Like when you look at even K Michelle, she even admitted herself she messed up a lot of opportunities because of the way she reacts to things. So it's just like you
Mhm.
girls have all this talent and you have these machines that are willing to get behind you, but you self-sabotage at the end of the day. You know, even when you look at Love and Hip Hop Hollywood, like you would really think that people would have been on the train to success. Brooke Valentine, you would have thought. Who else was coming out of there? Shit, I forget. But child, half the motherfuckers ain't really got
She's the only
anything.
I think
person.
that shit boils down to the fact that some people have it and some people don't.
And that's another thing I wanted to say too. To Scotty's point, another reason I think a lot of these girls don't really get that much is because they're truly not talented. Some of these girls don't really. You may have a look all day long, but some of these girls just really are not talented.
Or vice versa. You can have talent and you
Not be
just don't
likable
have
at all.
it. Yeah.
Yeah, I think that's an issue that everybody has said about Olivia. People say that she can sing, she's pretty, but
She's too
you don't like her
surface.
personality.
And I think it's just the
Yeah.
regularity of her beautiful tone. Like I know shade to Olivia, but
And
I can go in any
I,
southern church and hear an Olivia sing.
hold
A
on,
lead
but
singer.
I was just looking at clips the other day, like that. You know how VH1 came up with them like the best of, or those type of clips or
Mhm.
whatever. I watched some shit with Olivia and Chrissy, and that bitch was riding the fence, like, and that will literally turn a person off from you, like because she was trying to
Yeah.
be friends with Chrissy and she was trying to be friends with Yandy. You know what I'm saying? Like it's that small ass shit that will
And
literally
that's
turn
another
people
thing.
off from.
Everybody who we name
And that
have been
song
solid
December,
ass bitches.
I love that song to death. Like Olivia is so talented, but I feel like that show kind of got her in this realm where it's like, oh, that
And
bitch
you know
trying
what?
to fuck with
Don't
her.
be a people pleaser though, because
And
everybody
two,
we named are solid ass bitches. Cardi, K Michelle, Jocelyn, these hoes don't ride fences. These
but
hoes
can but
don't.
But let me say this though, another downfall to these girls are, and again, Cardi B is a prime example as well. Y'all need to get it. If you have a producer who's been washed up since yesteryear, bitch, and he too is a cast member on Love and Hip Hop, and we all know the premise of Love and Hip Hop is to introduce people who are, I hate to say it, has-beens. Let's be real here. Ain't nobody on here been a current successful artist on any of these franchises before. Either you've been in jail for 10 years,
Light
either
skin,
you're, huh?
light skin Keish.
I don't know. I mean, just in reference of what the original premise was. I don't watch the new shit. I don't know what's going on. I don't even
It
know
was built around has-beens. I think
you know.
what's his
But hold
name?
on, real quick. I just wanted to say you are trying to align yourself with someone who is now getting life breath back into their career. How do you expect these so-called producers that are trying to get their shit back together to bring you to stardom? Cardi B experienced that with that raggedy bitch DJ Self. Tierra Marie experienced that shit dealing with Homeboy, even though he is a mega producer to this day, but he's very limited. What's his name, Mr. Berg or whatever. You got a lot of these girls who are trying to make music with these washed up ass niggas who don't have the gift anymore as a music producer.
Right.
So when their shit fails and it's not successful on the show, that's why. Look what Cardi B had to do. She had to go outside of that trash, that little young boy who was probably giving her that good old homeless dick child. And she realized, girl, I have no choice but to branch out of this. And someone else discovered her and helped her out. Olivia, the same thing. Rich Dollars, is old decrepit ass. Never heard of that man a day in my fucking life, girl. I don't even know if he is a has-been, because you would have had to have been something to be a has-been. And you let your great grandfather con you out of your pussy and your fucking talent. Girl, please. More specifically, really shouting out to all of the New York cast, because New York, just like Atlanta, they love to put on like they still got it. We peel back the layers of that bitch. What's his name? The little light-skinned Spanish dude. What's his name? The one who was getting his ass thrown around like a rag doll by Rich Dollars and Peter Guns, because he didn't want to be part of the creep squad no more. Julio Santana, whatever his name is. Julio, Jose, Eduardo, Cisco. Look at that shit. Like, y'all, these niggas ain't shit. 10 Guns. Who the fuck are you, girl? We don't know you. Look at Atlanta. Stevie J, you haven't produced a hit in many moons. I actually almost forgot who you were. Scrappy, girl, please. Go read a book, but that may be too hard to ask. It's a lot of these boys sit up here. It'd be different if we were talking to the likes of a Little John, or if we were talking to a DJ Khaled, honey, hello God. If we were talking to the dudes who are current and who can, now don't let Little John fool you, honey. That is a successful man, honey. We may not see him.
He's an example of somebody who.
Yeah, T-Pain. T-Pain, like if you're bringing those guys on, I could understand you thinking that you're going to get a record deal or you're going to be helped out in your career. But these peon ass niggas that ain't nobody heard of, girl, please. Girl, please.
Lord Jesus.
Girl, please. Y'all out here getting on y'all knees like Nasal E girl. That's why she needed a no job, because there was all the holes got filled many moons ago,
When
child.
that boy dumped out her purse in the middle of that LA street, I was through.
And this is another thing I want to take away from the female, music situation. And I talked about it a little bit earlier, but I'll say it again. I think there needs to be an exuding of respect for self. And that's how you're going to tell how people are going to treat you. Because to bear witness to some of the most successful women who are now broke, who now have nothing, who people laugh at them nowadays because of their things. When I did that thing with the Nivea thing that Candy did, the interview, do you know how many people laughed at that girl?
I was crying.
These people are laughing at your pain, your suffering, and how these men treated you in the industry. Girl, please don't let these people play on your motherfucking time. I'm sick of it.
That shit.
Even Keisha Coles. Why the fuck would you go independent, girl? I get it, and I know I talked shit earlier about Keisha Coles. Let me say this. Keisha did something that Mary since has done as well, to where the girls may not have the vocal range or the ability, but they have something in their soul that resonates with the people.
They were still trying to make her do. They were still trying to make her do what they wanted her to do. So she was just.
But I would like to see, you need that train behind you. Faith went independent. She's not selling. Ashanti's independent. Girl, you're not selling. The only thing you're getting now is the residuals from now that you own your fucking rights to your old music. But no one's buying y'all's new stuff. There needs to be something that we can do.
But another thing is a lot of R&B artists are going independent because the majors are not putting anything into them, especially the more older artists. Even K Michelle is independent now, and she said that she walked away from her label because they wouldn't allow her to do what she wanted to do. They wanted to make her the next Mary J. Blige, and that's not who she is.
Yeah.
So
And if
sometimes
it's their
you have
money,
to
it's like you
go.
gotta do what we pay for.
Right. So,
And
sometimes these artists have to go independent to be able to have the
yeah,
creative control that they want to have because
they
they're going to
don't
place you
they're
in
not gonna
But
give
specific
you
when's the
rooms that
last
they want to
time have
place
we
you in.
saw an extremely successful independent artist?
I mean, we haven't, but sometimes it doesn't even matter about the numbers at that point because when they go independent, what they sell, they get it back. If this was on a major label, they probably wouldn't get shit back. So when they go independent, they don't even care about the numbers. If they sell 60K, that's cool because they're gonna get a big paycheck from it.
right,
They ain't gotta worry about splitting it with nobody. So a lot
right.
of the
But the people
times
that
when
don't have to worry are the ones who know that they're going to be successful. Some of these girls
that
don't
may be
have the.
true. That may
But
be true, but at the same time, you also have to understand when you're on a major, you have to do what they say. A lot of the
you do.
times
Well,
they
it
go
goes about what's
independent.
in your contract as well too. If you're a new girl who's timid as fuck and you don't have legal representation that can view these contracts and make your deal more suitable and palatable and comfortable for you as an individual, that's on you for not reading the paperwork. Because you can come into these situations with these major studios and you can mark down, hey, I want creative control. Little Nas X was able to retain all 100% creative control.
Because Lil Nas X came to the table with the success of Old Town Road. Girls
Then
don't
that's what
have
these
that.
girls need to do then. That's what I was saying though. If you have a new girl who's timid, who is yet to make a number one or any real success, of course they're going to sign without looking or not have legal
But
representation.
Lil Nas
Now
X
you
is
end up
also
like
a hip
Tony
hop
Braxton.
artist too. But Lil Nas X is also a hip hop artist too.
Now
Hip hop and
R&B,
pop
they
artists,
doing these
and
R&B
hip hop
girls
artists
dirty.
are more hip hop and pop music is more urgent than R&B music. They're not going to do that for an R&B artist. They'll do that for a hip
They're
hop
not gonna
artist
let you do
any
it.
day.
I
They're
have
not going
heard
to
of
let you do that
R&B
as an
artists
R&B.
literally spending their money. I'm not asking you to spend your money. I'll spend my money in the studio, and then they present the album, and the label is like, no. I don't know.
Mm,
I don't know why you did this because we're not gonna put this out. You can
yeah,
spend all your
even with Fantasia, and she's independent now, but even Fantasia on her third album, she recorded a full album with Raphael Sadiq because she wanted to do this whole rock soul type thing, and I felt like that would be a good thing for her voice. Her voice can carry records like that. When she turned that album into J Records, they told her, nope, you gotta go back and do it again. K Michelle came with a
because even when she
whole
tried to do it,
damn country album.
oh
She
yeah, they're
came
not
with a
gonna let
whole
her do
country album for her third album, and they told her, "Nope, you got to go back
it.
and
Nope,
give us more urban records. We're not going to put out no
they're not
country
gonna do
album for
that.
you."
And even when
So
she
a
went
lot of
back,
the time,
even when Fantasia
go
went
ahead.
back and gave them the album that they wanted, she tried to get Jasmine Sullivan and Brandy on a record. They didn't want to pay for it.
Mm.
Which is why that it never happened. So it's really kind of up to them. So it's like either you got to have a good ass deal or you have to go independent. But I think even when you independent, it's all about relationships. When you're signed to these labels, the Keisha Coles, don't just come in with no suit with your team. Go straight to your fucking dressing room. Speak to the production assistant. Speak and build relationships with these hosts on these
Yeah,
shows, so that
because
when you meet them outside of the shit, you actually have a relationship
yeah,
and they'll book you. But if
yeah,
you
because
reach out
a
and
lot
you
of the
like,
times
oh,
when
bitch, they're not gonna fuck with you.
a lot of times when artists go independent, like you said, it is about relationships. They have to have a good standing with radio programmers, have to have good standing with promoters. That's the only way they're going to be able to survive the way that they can because they are independent and they're doing everything by themselves and they don't have a big major machine doing everything for them. When they have a machine doing everything for them, they don't have to worry about a relationship
It's
with
the
no damn
budget
body. The label has,
because the money
yeah,
talks.
yeah, the
The
budget is going to
label,
take
the
care of
label
it.
is just gonna drop a stack and be like, she needs to be booked next week. Boom, next on the rail. You know, but you
Right.
gotta have a mouthpiece. You gotta have a
So,
relationship because you ain't gonna have that coin.
but a lot of it, but I can continue to use K Michelle as another example. When she was on Atlantic, a lot of the times she paid for her own damn videos. Like she was making videos for songs that weren't even singles because she was paying for them herself out of her own pocket. These days, you can get a person to do a video for you, and it'll be high quality, and it was cheap as fuck, but it still looked like a video that a major paid for. So you can do that. It's ways to do this these days, but it's just you have to be able to know how to use that momentum from being independent. It's kind of
And
like
again, building
how
relationships.
even yeah, and the relationships. It's just like even with YouTubers, you know what
We
I
about
mean?
to go.
Like some people, huh?
Huh?
I know Jason was giving his. I said we about to go.
Yeah, I'm about to get out of here. So I appreciate you three to the utmost respect.
Yeah.
But
Go
I
to
gotta get
bed.
out of here. I'm getting tired.
Love you, just yeah. We're finna get
I'm
out of
gonna
here
get
anyway.
out of
I'm finna
here.
go.
Yeah.
I have dick to feast on,
I knew
honey.
he does.
Yes. But no,
Oh
I
my
appreciate you
God.
coming on.
I will be in touch with you guys. Thank you very
All
much.
right, boo.
All right.
Well, I can't wait to
Have
put this podcast out three coming out because I can't wait to see that.
yes.
Yes. It's
It's
literally
gonna
on.
be cute. Oh shit. This is
You
gonna be
still
real
got an
cute.
We all
appointment?
yawning.
Late?
Yeah, he still got an appointment. Well,
Um,
the appointment wasn't available until around this time. So,
yeah.
did you prep?
Fun. Have fun. But he muted the kids.
Oh my god! Oh
He muted the kids.
He really muted us
Oh.
and went off camera.
Oh!
All right. I will talk to you guys later. All right.
Okay.
All right, y'all. Good night.
Listen, I think I'm gonna go ahead and get the hell off of here.
God. He
And
needs
let
to
him
just
close the
end it
show.
so he can do what he needs to do.
Listen, I,
Lex Quizzer read Scotty for what? Like with the tarot cards? Or what you mean?
yeah, go ahead and read me with the zero cards. Don't read me with your mouth now, cause I ain't did nothing. I
Okay,
just
because you
put
should have been
time.
came on Lex if you wanted to do the tarot, girl.
Yeah, cause he put the link down there.
He did. He needs to come back on and end this. He's trying to get his
Listen.
affairs out. He ain't gonna miss out on
This
this.
has been live for 3 hours. I'm out of here. Bye, y'all.
Right.
Bye.
Listen, he
Man,
may as
he needs
well
to
end
end
this
this.
shit.
I just end the live. Just end it. Thank you guys for coming. It has been amazing.
I know he got us on mute, but end it. I know you hear
Yeah,
us.
just end
End
it. Love
Yeah.
y'all. Just end it.
Yeah.
You could have just ended it.
Just end it.
I wasn't finna just leave y'all like that, child. You don't have to do.
You
I have to
did.
say my goodbyes, child.
You literally did.
No, child. But all right. I'm sorry, Lex. Next time, baby. I apologize. It's time to go now.
You could
Gotta
go
go.
whatever your reading is, you could just send it to my DMs on Instagram.
Oh, y'all can do like a video thing on
Yeah, you
Instagram.
can do that. You can do
Like a
that.
little video call.
Yes.
Let me put my Instagram in the chat. Oh my bad.
Yeah. Wait, so you gonna end the year without a quote, bitch? Are you serious?
Oh, you know what? Let me see.
You always give us a quote.
And that he does do now.
Let me see. Cause did I delete that? Oh, I think I deleted it. Huh. There was this quote by Jim Carrey that I really lived for. Hold on. Oop. Hopefully that. Yep, I knew it. Fucking bitch. Jesus, this damn I need a new camera, child. I'm over this flimsy ass cord.
Maybe it's just the cord.
It's the port.
Yeah, maybe it's the cord.
It's too loose. Okay, here it is. I think this is the quote. Is that it? Okay, here it is. This quote is by Jim Carrey, child. It says, "Flowers don't worry about how they're going to bloom. They just open up and turn toward the light that makes them beautiful."
Oh,
Mhm.
oh yeah, that's classic. What a way to hear.
All right, y'all. Well, be blessed, never stressed. I appreciate y'all for coming on and sharing and
Enjoy
caring.
your appointment. Enjoy your appointment.
Oh, he with
Oh,
him. He with him.
huh. I am.
I'm sure we're gonna hear about it in the group text.
Yes. Well, y'all be good. Everybody, have a blessed New Year. Thank you for spending your night with me, everybody. And
Have a
remember your
wonderful, prosperous, happy, successful, abundantly blessed 2022. Stay positive.
Yes.
Remember, positivity is a choice. Pain is inevitable. I've been saying that all year. Pain is inevitable, but suffering is a choice.
Yeah.
Whatever you gotta feel, go through it. Know that it's not the end of the world, and choose to have the best year yet.
Amen.
Most definitely.
All right.
Alrighty.
Take care,
See
y'all.
y'all
Bye.
later.